Not the toy itself, but how he takes over Woody's place on the bed, the most sacred of sacred spots. In a few short years, they're both going to be replaced by soggy Playboys that Andy and his friends find in like a ravine behind the school, you know? But for now, it's Woody's place.
Its lasers light up. Take that, Zurg. Quick, make a space. This is where the spaceship lands. And because the battery doesn't...
So this is Buzz, and his whole thing, as we all know, is that he thinks he's like a real gosh darn space ranger, which he will be in the future of an alternate universe, which itself has diverging timelines that reconnect via magic MacGuffin power, because what the heck was Pixar even trying to do here?
What up, hello, hello.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Star Command, come in. Do you read me? Why don't they answer?
So does every new toy think that they're real, or like is it just Buzz? Why does Buzz think this about himself? Like I assume Lotso didn't think he was like a real strawberry bear, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, Buzz thinks he's a real space ranger and shows off how he can kind of sort of fly for reals, you guys.
Can.
Whoa! Oh, wow, you flew magnificently.
I found my moving buddy.
Yeah, whatever, Bo Peep. I don't even need you anyway. I'm gonna go find a better toy fresh out of college who doesn't even care that I don't have a job. I think it's cool that I drink 7 Monster Energies a day. So because of all this nonsense with Buzz being Andy's new favorite toy and he can fall with style or whatever, he even has a button you can push where he says cool stuff like, Woody is not too happy about things starting to change around here.
T-O-Y. Toy.
Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
The word I'm searching for, I can't say because there's preschool toys present.
You know, they just really don't make movies like they used to, you know what I'm saying? Early Pixar was really something special.
Hey, guys, look! It's the real Buzz Lightyear!
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz, look, an alien!
Where?
Ah!
What? Stop. What is that face? What happened? All right, guys, hey, let's make a movie about toys so it doesn't look too uncanny and like traumatize the kids. Yeah, that's a great idea. Now, while this is all going on, the toys see the neighbor kid across the street tying dynamite to one of his toys to blow it up, I assume.
No, that's Scud, you idiot. That is Sid.
You mean that happy child?
That ain't no happy child. He tortures toys just for fun.
Okay, you know, I'm sick of the Sid slander in these movies, all right? Sure, he's ugly and has braces, and he's definitely not gonna wear his retainer, so all this is gonna be a huge waste of money anyway. But still, tying toys to fireworks just to blow them up for fun, that was a rite of passage for every 90s kid, okay? When you're 10 and you discover fire, like, that's the best summer vacation of all time. But okay, so Andy and his mom are packing their things for the big move, Max Keeble style, you know what I'm saying? But they get so tired and hungry that Andy's mom offers to take him to Pizza Planet, where boys become men and men become put on a list. However, Andy can only bring one toy, and Woody knows this is his chance to reclaim his place at the top of the food chain. So he uses the little RC car to try and knock Buzz like behind the dresser, so then Andy will have to take Woody to Pizza Planet. But things don't really go as planned. Now, no one sees him do this except the RC car, of course. And when the car tells everyone that Woody knocked Buzz out the window, because someone's being a frickin' snitch.
Boy, he's saying that this was no accident.
What do you mean?
I mean, Humpty Dumpty was pushed. No. By Woody.
What?
Geez, guys, some real fair-weather friends you are. What about the marketplace of ideas, huh? Debate me. My think piece on why getting rid of everything I don't like is actually good for whatever buzzword gets you riled up the most. But so because Buzz fell out the window, now Andy has no choice but to take Woody with him, like the good Lord intended. However, on the way, Andy's mom stops at a gas station, and guess who comes barreling in through the sunroof?
Oh, great. How am I going to convince those guys it was an accident?
Buzz! Buzz! Ha! You're alive!
And so they fight for a bit, and while they do that, Andy's mom drives off, with Andy in the car too, I assume. And now neither Woody nor Buzz are going to Pizza Planet.
Andy!
Excuse me, sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
I'm in sales.
Okay, what's the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
You're only as good as your sales reps and your CRM.
What CRM do you use?
We used to use one of the old legacy CRMs, but it just didn't give us the speed and agility that we needed. But then we switched to Monday CRM and sales started flying.
Why is the CRM so important?
Well, no specific CRM can make you a millionaire.
I'm lost. Oh, I'm a lost toy.
You know, the world of Toy Story is actually incredibly dark if you think about it for a couple minutes. Like, lost toys, landfills full of, like, sentient toys that can't move or talk anymore forever. Or, like, as a former 12-year-old boy myself, like, Woody and Buzz are gonna start witnessing a whole lot of who knows what pretty soon, alright? Anyway, so they hitch a ride to Pizza Planet, but Buzz gets sidetracked by this freaking sweet rocket ship over here. Oh, I just realized it's a red rocket. You know what, Pixar? I approve.
Stranger from the outside.
This is an intergalactic emergency. I need to commandeer your vessel to Sector 12. Who's in charge here?
You know, thinking about this movie, like, when it came out, it's just so clever with how it translated, like, toy stuff into this, like, toy society. You know, like, the aliens think the claw is their god, or, like, how the toys just kind of interact with each other. Like, kids' movies really used to respect their audience so much more than they do nowadays. Like, it's not even close. But anyway, while they're trying to escape the claw machine, a special certain little someone named Sid Phillips stops by, and somehow this kid is just always everywhere by himself. I'm starting to think this kid might have neglectful parents.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place. Gotcha.
A Buzz Lightyear? No way!
Also, his voice is so perfect. Like, I wonder who it was that voice acted this. No freaking way. The hot guy from Princess Diaries? Brink? The titular main character of the movie Brink?
Hey!
He has been chosen.
Hey!
All right, double prizes!
And so Sid ends up getting Buzz and Woody from the claw machine and takes them home to do all kinds of evil kid stuff, like take them apart and re-engineer them in surprisingly smart ways. Okay, let's try and be objective here for a second. Is Sid really a bad guy? I mean, from the point of view of the toys themselves, maybe, I guess. But like, if we assume that toy sentience is not based in some kind of spiritual genesis, then really Sid is just playing with toys in a different way than the commercials intended, right? Now, if the toy consciousness is indicative of a soul of some kind, that soul does not appear to be directly tied to mortality, as we see with Mr. Potato Head or like Sid's sister's doll. So there really is no moral or spiritual argument against Sid's actions, other than the fact that Woody just doesn't like them from like a self-preservation standpoint. Justice for Sid, that's all I'm saying, okay? If he was more attractive, they would have given him an engineering scholarship. But anyway, so now that Sid is gone, Woody and Buzz try to escape, but Sid's horrible sleep paralysis demon dog is blocking the stairs. I mean, seriously, guys, what the heck happened here? Who approved this? Buzz ends up sneaking into what I assume is Sid's dad's room, and that's when he sees something on the TV that's gonna change his life forever.
Girls Gone Wild travels year-round, coast to coast, meeting thousands of hot co-ed.
Buzz Lightyear, the world's greatest superhero, now the world's greatest toy! Pulsating laser light, high-pressure space wings, to infinity and beyond! Not a flying toy.
And this is the moment when Buzz realizes that Woody was right. He is just a toy. He's not a real space ranger at all. He can't even knock over a stack of cans without human help. Now, that's just embarrassing. And he tries to prove himself to himself one last time. You know, maybe he can fly, okay? Maybe all the stuff everyone's saying about him is not true. Maybe it is average sized, you know? But alas, much like all of us, his dreams must inevitably be shattered.
Why does planning an essay feel like you're doing all the work before doing the work? But that's where Grammarly comes in. It's much more than a grammar checker. It's a whole AI writing partner that helps students like me with their writing from beginning to end. Grammarly's AI chat is the best place to start to help me brainstorm, polish my notes into a clear outline. That makes me feel like I can actually conquer this essay. Grammarly Pro can even check to make sure that my content is original by signaling which phrases are statistically more common in AI text, and it tells me why. AI Detector checks to make sure that my content is original, while AI Rewriter shows you which phrases sound like common AI text. They both save me a ton of time and help me feel confident turning my paper in. And when I'm done writing, With tricky research papers, Grammarly can even help you fact check your evidence and support your claims with the fact checker, which saves me so much time and makes me feel less stressed. Grammarly helps you from beginning to end to get good grades. It's a must-have for all students. Get Grammarly today.
Mom, have you seen my Sally doll?
What, dear? What was that?
Never mind.
And so now Woody has to rescue Buzz from the clutches of Sid's little sister.
What happened to you?
One minute you're defending the whole galaxy, and suddenly you find yourself sucking down Darjeeling with Marie Antoinette and her little sister.
I think you've had enough tea for today. Let's get you out of here.
See, this is what I mean. Like, early Pixar was just so effortlessly funny. And, like, they had that edge that never really felt try-hard, you know what I mean? And, like, just to reiterate, I haven't seen or thought about this movie in decades, okay? But, like, even just watching it now, I can't help but be reminded that, like, early Pixar was so good. Like, even just the kind of story of the movie itself, like how Woody is allowed to be flawed and deal with the consequences for his lapse in judgment, instead of what we get now, where characters are inherently flawless, and the only real conflict is that they just don't have enough confidence. Like, Woody himself is kind of the villain of the movie, I guess. Like, he does a bad thing and then he has to overcome his shortcomings, which is something I feel like a lot of kids media nowadays just like doesn't do, you know what I mean? But all the same, Woody brings Buzz back to Sid's room and Sid comes in with his newest military grade explosive.
It came! It finally came! The big one. Extremely dangerous. Keep out of reach of children. Cool.
How is this kid buying this stuff? Where's he getting the money from? He's taking taxis to Pizza Planet? He's getting uranium bombs from the cartels or something? Like, the heck is going on with this kid? Anyway, so tomorrow, Sid is gonna blow up Buzz, and Woody doesn't want that to happen because he needs Buzz's help to get home. He also needs Buzz to be alive so he can prove to everyone that he did not murder him. But also, he realizes that all this happened because he was just being a jealous little baby boy, and he needs to buck up and fix his mistake.
You were right all along. I'm not a space ranger.
Whoa, hey, wait a minute. Being a toy is a lot better than being a space ranger. Over in that house is a kid who thinks you are the greatest, and it's not because you're a space ranger, pal. It's because you're a toy. You are his toy.
Now, this little heart-to-heart talk makes Buzz realize that being a toy is okay, you know? But right that moment, Sid wakes up from his incredible sleeping position. You know, you sleep like this when you're like 10, and you wake up no problem, run downstairs, turn on Disney Channel, heck yeah, let's go. But like you hit your 30s, and you sleep with like an ergonomic pillow, an ergonomic mattress, and a weighted blanket or whatever, and somehow you still wake up like...
Oh yeah! Time for liftoff! Woo! To infinity and beyond!
And so, long story short, Woody's plan is to get the toys outside the house without anyone noticing, and then they're all gonna like come to life in front of Sid and scare him into leaving Buzz alone in what is probably the most iconic scene from the movie.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, then why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. The same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
I have a confession.
My wardrobe is in desperate need of an update. I haven't shopped for new clothes since before I became a mom. I'm so busy now that I barely have time to go out and shop. I decided to give Stitch Fix a try because it's an online personal styling service where they send me outfits whenever I want. I have my very own personal stylist who picked out summer outfits just for me. Before I became a mom, I didn't have a lot of clothes to mix and match and switch it up every week, so let's do a try-on haul of what they sent me. This is one of my favorite looks they sent me because if you know me well, this is my typical teacher outfit. I love a good teacher skirt and the polka dots are a huge plus. This is another outfit I'm loving because this is something I could see myself wearing inside and outside the classroom. Butter yellow is also my favorite color at the moment. And I'm really picky about my jeans, and these are probably the most comfortable jeans ever. I can definitely teach all day in these. Guys, this dress is so perfect for summer vacation. I love the little ruffled sleeves and the green is so pretty. This could be a cute open house outfit or a Mother's Day outfit. All of the outfits they sent me were outfits I would definitely wear thanks to the style quiz. I answered a few questions on what kind of clothes I would and wouldn't wear, and my stylist put together my own unique looks based on my quiz. The stylist was so spot on, and I definitely plan to keep everything. Teachers, if you need an update in your wardrobe too, schedule your first fix today.
Hold on. What is that, run? What is that? What is he doing? But okay, anyway, so just to summarize the ending here, Woody and Buzz are chasing after the moving truck because they're just like a second too late when Andy's family was leaving, and they use the rocket to turbo boost themselves all the way to Andy's mom's car, and everything is fine.
Hey, wow!
What is it?
Woody! Buzz!
Oh, great, you found them. Where were they?
Here in the car!
See? Now, what'd I tell you? Right where you left them.
And then we fast forward to Christmas 1995. Now that was a heck of a Sears catalog, I'll tell you that right now. Sure, cover your entire bathroom with carpet in a house with 4 boys. Genius idea. Hard day at the accounting firm, honey. You better have that floor mat racetrack ready to go when I get there. Video games? Oh, back before they nickel and dimed you with crazy prices, man, we had it so good. Video games only used to cost like $100 for Doom on Super Nintendo. Wasn't even good.
Quiet. Holly's first present is Mrs. Potato Head. Repeat, Mrs. Potato Head.
Way to go, Idaho.
Gee, I better shave.
And that's where the movie ends, you know, with Sid's dog Scud like 5 miles from home, stuck in a traffic accident pileup. And some say he's still there to this day. The end. So yeah, I mean, I kind of already said all this, but like, this movie holds up surprisingly well. I mean, the 3D animation capabilities were not quite there yet, obviously, but the story itself, it's surprisingly mature. It's kind of this like redemption story about how someone can let jealousy get the best of them, but then they have to work to make things right. Like, why is this movie so much better than anything they've done recently? Especially given how it was the first Pixar movie, like, they really knocked it out of the park. Well, looks like it's time once again for another exciting episode of
Allegedly grown man watching a kid's show.
So, like, I was gonna do this whole intro about how there's never been a more mediocre CG movie franchise that ruined the entire world like Despicable Me. But then I remembered that we all survived Shrek. For those of you who are ancient like me, do you remember how huge Shrek was? The franchise, not the guy. We had Shrek Ketchup, okay? The unfunniest guys in school who always had like 3 dance team girls fighting over them for some reason. Their entire personality was quoting Shrek and Napoleon Dynamite. And Despicable Me was basically that, but more successful, and now there's another one coming out? There's been 6 of these movies if you count the Minions spin-offs, okay? I mean, at least Shrek knew when to call it quits. I mean, there's only been 6. Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, Despicable Me, the 2010 Illumination movies that set the meme world on fire. I tell you what, your mom's Facebook feed has never been the same again. Music by Hans Zimmer? What the heck was this movie? This dude probably worked on Despicable Me and Inception at the same time. Anyway, so continuing my quest through every 2000s movie that appeals to me in any way at all, I figured it was time to absolutely demolish the few brain cells I have left and check out Despicable Me. So, as if you didn't already know, the main character of our story is this guy, Gru. There's something so hilarious to me about Gru living in a planned suburban neighborhood, you know? Just the most soul-sucking place you could ever live. And then Gru has to fight the evilest supervillain of all, the head of the HOA. I peaked in high school and now my wife won't let me see the kids anymore, so I take it out on you by complaining about your garbage cans every other week. Anyway, so this is Gru, the local supervillain. The setup of the world here is that there's a bunch of villains out there doing villain stuff. No superheroes though, just villains. And all of them are in competition with each other to see who can do the worst evil stuff. Okay, so here's what we do. We make girls' clothes so thin they have to buy like 7 layers at a time, right? And then we make up a bunch of stuff about how all the clothes they just bought are gonna go out of fashion like 4 months from now, and they have to buy all new ones or else they're gonna look stupid. However, one day, someone steals an entire Egyptian pyramid.
Tonight, as it was discovered that the Great Pyramid of Giza had been stolen and replaced by a giant inflatable replica. There is panic throughout the globe as countries and citizens try to protect their beloved landmark. Which of the world's villains is responsible for this heinous crime? And where will he strike next?
So this villain, whoever it is, has just made all the other villains look real dumb, you know what I mean? So obviously Gru's not gonna stand for any of this nonsense, so he assembles his minions and has to come up with some kind of master plan to get back on top of the game, even though he never was anyway, but whatever.
You guys have probably heard about this other villain who stole the pyramids. Apparently it's a big deal. Am I upset? A little, but we have had a pretty good year ourselves. And you guys are all right in my book. No raises.
Yeah, I can't give you any raises because I just bought a new yacht, you know how it is. But to show how much I care about you, here's the cheapest pizza I could find. Please don't unionize. So as we come to find out later, Gru's plan is that he's gonna steal the moon because it's bigger than a pyramid, in case you didn't know. And then that will make him the greatest villain of all time, right next to whoever decided that young Sheldon needed 7 seasons. And one big reason he cares so much about this, as we come to find out, is because of his mom.
Mom, someday I'm going to go to the moon.
Oh, I'm afraid you're too late, son. NASA isn't sending the monkeys anymore.
Look, Mom, I made the prototype of the rocket out of macaroni.
So like his motivation for everything he does is because he wants his mom to be proud of him or something. So he heads on over to the Bank of Evil, formerly Lehman Brothers.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock bigger screens and better controls for even sweeter battles. Go play on mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
Hey man, can you share your #1 tip for business success?
Switch to Monday CRM.
Oh, awesome, thanks.
Hold up. You're thinking about old school CRMs. Monday CRM has AI capabilities that have changed how we do work, and now my team closes more deals than ever.
Oh, sounds great. Thanks for
Hold
sharing.
on. Hey, I'm not just talking about email composition. I'm talking about meeting summaries, deal prioritization, risk flagging. The real deal, man.
Sounds amazing.
And you can customize it to fit your specific needs. And the automation setup is so easy, and there's sales sequences.
Dude, leave me alone. Ah!
Come on, don't get stuck in the past. Move your deals forward with Monday CRM.
This movie coming out in 2010 and having this, like, it's not even that funny, but it just cracked me up. Anyway, so he goes into the bank, and while he's waiting, he meets this other incredibly annoying villain guy, Vector.
Vector! That's me, because I'm committing crimes with both direction and magnitude. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, maybe you could just, like, never do that again. But you know, quick aside here, okay? Like, all the characters in this movie look like how body dysmorphia makes you think you look, you know what I mean? Like, the way Kelsey and our friends talk about themselves sometimes, it's like they literally think they're built like Gru or Vector or frickin' Mike Wazowski, as if this isn't just the hottest physique anyone could ever have. I'm like, seriously though, girls will look like this, and then they'll be like, okay, seriously, why do I literally look like a Minions character? Although, to be fair, Elon Musk does look exactly like this dude, so there is that. Anyway, so Gru goes in to talk to the bank guy to try and get a loan so he can build something to allow him to steal the moon. But to do this, Gru needs a shrink ray, which, funny story, he does not have at the moment.
Look, Gru, the point is, there are a lot of new villains out there. Younger than you, hungrier than you, younger than you. Like that young fellow out there named Vector. He just stole a pyramid.
Wait, hold on a second. This guy? This dude? This guy's the greatest villain of all time? This is just that weird kid at school who went on to study STEM in college because he was like, you all make fun of me now, but just you wait till the day you're washing my car, which would be bad because blue-collar jobs are the worst thing you could ever do, apparently. So the bank guy basically says he'll talk to Gru again about a loan and all that if he can get the shrink ray. So he goes to steal it from whoever has it, but then what do you know? Vector shows up and steals it from him. Can you believe it?
So long, Gru! We can't let him get away! Up ahead! Up ahead! Fire! Fire it now!
Minions are funny. This coffee's broken. I'm still tired. Okay, so Vector now has the shrink ray, and Gru needs it to steal the moon, and also get a bank loan so he can do all this in the first place. But Vector's lair is very inconspicuous and airtight. There's no way Gru's getting in there.
With final season coming up, Grammarly is a must-have. During my high school and university career, I always used Grammarly, especially for final season. So Grammarly is an AI writing partner that helps students with their writing from beginning to end so that you can get good grades with confidence and integrity. I love using Grammarly's AI features, which can be accessed by going to app.grammarly.com and clicking New Doc. I like to use their AI chat to help myself jumpstart my writing. I can quickly type in a prompt and get ideas generated in seconds. So a Grammarly AI feature that I love using is the paraphraser. With this, I stay in control of my writing. And for finals, you can always select the academic tone option, but they have so many choices I can choose from if this were a different assignment. Once I'm finished with
Okay, so, flashing sideways, we meet the other three main characters of this movie. These three girls, Agnes, Margot, and Edith, who all kind of look like characters from Recess, you know what I mean? Anyway, these three girls are orphans who live in this, like, happy rainbow unicorn house for girls, or whatever this is.
Hi, Miss Hattie. We're back.
Hello, girls.
Anybody come to adopt us while we were out?
No.
A mud pie.
You're never gonna get adopted, Edith. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
You know, when doing these videos like I've done over the years, like something I've noticed is how there's so many kids movies about how adults hate kids. Like, you know, Gru's mom, this lady, there's every Roald Dahl movie like Matilda, James the Giant Peach or whatever. It's like, there's something profoundly dark about having kids movies be about how like adults hate you and then kids are like, wow, this movie really speaks to me. Now, these three girls have been going around selling cookies to fund the orphanage, I assume. And at the beginning of the movie, they tried to sell some cookies to Gru, which went about as well as when anyone comes to my front door for literally any reason.
Cookies for sale.
Go away, I'm not home.
Yes you are. I heard you.
No, you didn't. This is a recording.
Hey there, Mither. I noticed your roof is looking a little... No, it's not. I had it replaced a year ago. Hey, let's talk to your neighbors about changing their pest control company. I don't know my neighbors. I don't care what they do. Peer pressure doesn't work on me. Hey there, Thur. Have you heard of a man named Joseph Smith? And so when thinking about how to get into Vector's lair, Gru sees these girls selling him cookies, and then he figures he can use them to get in and steal the shrink ray somehow. And of course that's great for them because they want to be adopted, obviously.
And please watch over us. And bless that we'll have a good night's sleep.
And bless that while we're sleeping, no bugs will crawl into our ears and lay eggs in our brains.
Oh, you're one of these kids. Okay, yep. The beanie really should have been my first clue.
And please bless that someone will adopt us soon. And that the mommy and daddy will be nice. And have a pet unicorn. Unicorns, I love them. Unicorns, I love them. Unicorn, I love them.
Anyway, so like I said, Gru realizes he can use these girls for his master plan. So he heads on over to the orphanage to adopt them, which is the thing you can just do, apparently.
Oh, and I see you have made a list of some of your personal achievements. Thank you for that. I love reading.
Yeah, okay, as if you're not spending every weekend reading the entire Taken by the T-Rex extended universe. Taken by the T-Rex. Ravished by the Triceratops. That time I got drunk and yeeted a leopard and a werewolf.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
My name is Julie, and I live in Sheepshead Bay. Last year in 6th grade, something happened to me, so I ended up transferring schools. Well,
16% off?
And I see you have been given the Medal of Honor and knighthood.
Dude, every soccer mom on Facebook is just losing their minds right now. I'm hiding from exercise. I'm in the fitness protection program. But yeah, so after talking for about 7 minutes, this lady lets this dude walk out with 3 little girls. You ever think about how crazy this whole orphanage thing was? Like Annie or Ann with an E or whatever. It's like, hey there, how's it going? Monica McGillicuddy here. I would like one 10-year-old girl, please. Ah, yes, good sir, here you are. I will ask no further questions. And so now Gru is the proud father of these 3 little boopers.
Somebody broke that.
Okay. Clearly, we need to set some rules. Rule number 1. You will not touch anything.
Uh-huh. What about the floor?
Yes, you may touch the floor.
What about the air?
You know, there's nothing worse than kids like this, okay? And trust me, I know a thing or two about that, okay? I mean, I was this kid till I was like 27.
You will not cry, or whine, or laugh, or sneeze, or bark, or fart. No annoying sounds, right?
Does this count as annoying?
Why is this girl the cutest thing ever? How did the Minions get to be the most popular? They're easily the worst part of these movies. Respect your parents. They pass school without Google. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't keep doing this. That's it, I'm out, I'm done, I can't do this. Okay, so long story short, Gru and all his little dudes make these robot cookies so when the girls go deliver them to Vector, the cookies will help them sneak in and steal the shrink ray, somehow. But along the way, Gru gets wrapped up in these little adventures that the girls want to do, like going to an amusement park and winning Agnes a giant unicorn.
It's all blurry!
Or going with them to their dance recital practice thing, whatever this is.
And 1, and 2,
Here you go.
3.
What is it?
Your ticket to the dance recital. You are coming, right?
Of course.
Pinky promise?
Oh, yes. My pinky promises.
And then, of course, when he puts them to bed with those sweet friggin' rocket bomb beds? Man, I want a bed like this. You kidding me? This would fix me so fast.
Okie dokie, beddy bye. All tucked in, sweet dreams.
Just so you know, you're never gonna be my dad.
Uh-oh, nothing scarier than a 10-year-old hitting her emo phase. You'll never be my dad. Now hurry up and take me to Hot Topic so I can get more arm warmers and hang out with my boyfriend, Steve. He's so cool, he's in 7th grade. Anyway, so he puts them all to bed and they beg him to read their favorite bedtime story, Kidnapped by One Direction.
3 little kittens loved to play. They had fun in the sun all day. Then their mother came out and said, "Time for kittens to go to bed." Wow, this is garbage.
I haven't been to the grocery store in months because this delivery service offers hundreds of high-quality, non-GMO groceries and recipes that help me feel my best daily. Hungry is the easiest way to take all the stress and guesswork out of eating healthy. Think of it as having your own personal shopper and nutritionist in one, with curated groceries and personalized meal plans that ship straight to your door. Building the perfect grocery list takes seconds thanks to their smart cart technology. It customizes everything based on your health goals, dietary restrictions, and flavor preferences, with meals starting as low as $3.99 per serving. All of the recipes are incredibly delicious and easy to make, with most taking 20 minutes tops to put together. And with over 15,000 recipes and 20 plus dietary preferences, they have you covered on whatever you like to eat. Check out Hungry Root today and ditch the grocery store for good.
We hired a big media agency last year to handle all of our meta ads. I spent well over 6 figures on their fee, and it didn't work out. And obviously, my first instinct was Upwork to find us a freelancer before, because I have been working with Upwork for literally 6 years. If you're not familiar, Upwork is a platform where you can hire freelancers all over the world for a range of different things, from marketing to operations to creative work, all without committing to a full-time hire. There are over 125 categories, 10,000 advanced skill sets, so you're not just hiring a marketer, you're hiring someone who does exactly what you need. And then what I really like is being able to see real work history, reviews, and past results before making your hire. I literally just found a media buyer about 2 months ago. He's been working with us, and it has been seamless. And for me, it was a reminder, even 6 years into running this business, that scaling is not always about spending more money or doing something that feels flashy and big. It's just about making the right hires, and you can do that with Upwork.
This guy just distilled my whole job into one sentence. But okay, so finally, it's time to steal the shrink ray, which they actually managed to do despite some hilarious shenanigans. And then Gru can get the rest of the money he needs to steal the moon. Wham bam, bibbidi bow. All of his mommy issues are solved.
Well done, Gru. Rather impressive.
Now, the rest of the plan is simple. I fly to the moon. I shrink the moon. I grab the moon. I sit on the toilet. What?
Oh, that's where the meme format comes from. I see it all the time. But because of all these silly little girl antics going on, like this, the big boss man has had it with Gru and is not gonna give him any more money for anything ever again. Just like his mom always says, he's a no good, good for nothing, making Jesus cry with your internet search history. Why would you even look for Ninja Turtles Rule 34, Alex? Who does that? But Gru doesn't need any of that stupid bank money, okay? He can do it all by himself. So he puts all the minions to work on his master plan. He said, but yeah, hilarious. Now, the day he's scheduled to steal the moon is also the girls' dance recital, which he pinky promised he would go to. So he kind of hems and haws about maybe changing the moon stealing date, you know, as you do. But his assistant guy over here is not having any of these little girl shenanigans, thank you very much. And he goes behind Gru's back to return the girls to the orphanage.
Oh, Miss Eddie, what are you doing here?
I'm here for the girls. I received a call that you wanted to return them.
But Oh. I will get the girls ready.
And so, long story short, Gru does indeed steal the moon and realizes that he has just enough time to fly over to the dance recital. Because even if they aren't his kids anymore, he did promise, you know what I'm saying? But when he gets there, it's too late. He broke his pinky promise. But more important than that, if such a thing were even possible, this happens.
Sorry, buddy. Show's over.
Over?
That's right, Vector, of all people, not wanting to be outdone by Gru, has stolen the girls away and will only give them back if Gru gives them the moon. So, Gru complies with that because over the course of the movie, he's found something more important than fame or notoriety. He found family.
Mr. Gru, up here! Mr. Gru!
Okay, girls, you're going to have to jump.
Jump? Are you insane?
Don't worry, I will catch you.
You gave us back!
I know, and it is the worst mistake I ever made.
And he vows to never again let the girls go. And the whole moon stealing thing doesn't even matter anyway, because throughout the movie we've been seeing how, crazy plot twist, the shrinkage wears off after a while. Which it does eventually, okay? You just caught me at a bad time, honey. And the moon goes right back up where it was, sending Vector into space.
Oh, poop.
Yes, indeed. Poop. And so the movie ends with Gru reuniting with the girls, and he reads them his own bedtime story he wrote for them all by himself.
By who wrote this? Oh, me! I wrote it. Oh, look, it's a puppet book. Here, watch this. That's the horn.
The Finkelstein bears avoid copyright infringement. Once upon a time, there were two bears who had gotten into the habit of summoning eldritch monsters while watching TV. One day, their mom noticed they were chubbier from the side and from the back because Mom has no chill. But Mama, they protested, you're already dummy thick. Mama took their snacks anyway because her marriage was on the rocks. There's no use arguing with your mother when she's made up her mind, Papa said with a 1,000-yard stare. Then, looking into the refrigerator, he said, why do we have two fridges in the kitchen? I don't know. Why do you have a secret WhatsApp chat with a 19-year-old babysitter? That night, they feasted on the blood of their enemies. They could almost taste the screams of terror. Mama was always ready with unhelpful backhanded comments. Then it was time for bazookas and carrot sticks. They won a prize for being the only family to finish off the whole neighborhood with bazookas. And Papa awoke the eldritch being who devoured reality forever. Aww. The end. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. You know, to be honest, this movie's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I mean, like I said, the minions are by far the worst part. Like, why are they even still a thing? But them aside, the story of Gru being the villain, but then his heart grows 3 sizes because the little girls turn him into the parent that he wishes he had growing up and all that. Like, I don't know, there's just something very wholesome and adorable about most of this movie. The movie's like 60% that and then 40% this.
Ooh, Jazzy.
But it made back almost 10 times its budget and gave us the worst possible timeline to live in, so. But hey, depending on how well this video does, maybe I'll do the rest of them in time for Despicable Me 4. I don't know, we'll see. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, well, as I've been cleverly, secretly foreshadowing this whole time, the 4th Despicable Me movie is finally out to rave reviews. So until I can make a video about that one, it's time once again to continue my quest through this movie series that turned out to actually be a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. And hey, you know, I sure hope they keep the minions to a minimum this time and focus on the actual good parts of the movie. It was that moment Alex already felt his soul leaving his body. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN is an app and browser extension that lets you change your IP address to be pretty much anywhere in the world you want. Now what this means for you is it protects you from websites and other users trying to snoop on what you're doing and from where. Maybe your country has some like weird strict content censoring laws, or you just don't want people to potentially hack your accounts. Well, Surfshark VPN can help you with all of that, but it also has a lot of very practical day-to-day uses, like allowing you to watch the Netflix libraries from almost any country. Fun fact, Slovakia has by far the highest number of movies and TV shows you can watch, with over 7,400 titles compared to 5,800 in the US. And all you gotta do is just install Surfshark VPN and tell it to put your IP address in Slovakia, and there you go. You have access to an extra 1,600 titles. Or Japan and Taiwan have the biggest anime libraries on Netflix, so using Surfshark VPN, you can have access to all of that. Or in the reverse, if you're traveling away from your country, you want to stay up to date on a certain show you're watching or whatever, you can use Surfshark VPN to put your IP address in your home country, and then wham bam bibbidi bow, there you go. It's quick and easy to sign up and install, and only costs $2.49 per month with a 2-year subscription. And so it barely costs you anything, really, and gives you access to all of this. And get this, you can use a single subscription on an unlimited number number of devices. So let's say you and 4 other family members, y'all want to pitch in on one subscription. That means you get all of this for 50 cents a month. So click my link down below and use the promo code Myers. You're going to get 4 extra months added to your subscription. So click my link and sign up today. Okay, back to the show. So right from the beginning, the movie already kind of tells you exactly what to expect.
Illumination! Illumination!
Grammarly. When you're writing a research paper and need to make sure your claims and citations are solid, Grammarly can help. FactChecker flags statements that may not be fully supported and surfaces reliable sources for verification. Citation Finder can identify where citations are needed, find sources that support your content, and formats them correctly. It's a great way to boost your assignment quality while avoiding losing points due to missing citations. Grammarly, your writing. Stronger, clearer, more you. Try Grammarly today.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock rewards with Google Play points. So the more you play, the more you earn. Go play on mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
Yeah. But anyway, first thing, we meet a brand new, extra annoying character for the series, Balthazar Bratt.
Child prodigy and criminal mastermind bent on world domination. There he is! Got him!
Bratt was the biggest child actor of the 1980s, striking a chord with audiences.
You know, I lived in Japan for 12 years, and back when I taught English, I saw kids with bento boxes that would have like Hulk Hogan on it, and he's just saying fish. Or like there's this one kid who had a pencil case that was just like 4 F words and a smiley face. This is true, by the way. I'm not making this up. Anyway, the story goes that Bratt was a huge kids show star back in the 80s, but then his show got canceled. And ever since, he's been holding on to that 80s-ness and vowed to spend the rest of his life trying to destroy Hollywood.
Hollywood rejected him, and Bratt quickly plunged into a downward spiral, starting to actually believe he was the character he played on TV.
What are you looking at?
Leading us all to wonder, where is he now?
So, to enact his genius master plan, currently he's on his way to steal a diamond from a boat. But like, I don't think you gotta go through all this work just to take down Hollywood, okay? Because all you really gotta do is just make an obsessively long series of YouTube videos, and you just cut him right off at the knees. I tell you what, Bob Iger's just sitting in his Scrooge McDuck vault crying his eyes out this very moment. Anyway, so what do you know? The Anti-Villain League is hot on his trail, and Gru and Lucy are sent in to capture Bratt and retrieve the diamond.
Get ready for...
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you know, these minions just saved those women's lives, okay? If not for them, they'd have to sit and listen to these guys talk about how upset they are about cartoon butts and or video game boobies. Anyway, so what do you know? Gru goes after Bratt, and long story short, he ends up in a bubblegum Speedo while Bratt gets away.
Dan! Happy birthday!
Gru's not getting the bubblegum. Now, because Bratt gets away, Gru and Lucy end up getting fired from the AVN Awards. Nope, fired from the AVL by the new boss, who's really trying to make her mark the way that all new bosses do for some reason.
First order of business. Which one of you losers is Agent Gru? Hey!
Yes, sir! Ma'am, you're making me nervous.
How could you let Balthazar Bratt, the AVL's most wanted villain, just get away?
Like, if you've ever worked at literally any job that involves other people, you get like a new manager or boss or whatever, they always do this thing where they're like, hey, you know how everything's working just fine? Well, time to mess that up for no reason. If things turn out good, I get all the credit. If things go bad, I'm firing half you and taking the bonus anyway. But all the same, now Gru and Lucy are sent home with nothing.
You got fired?
Oh, no.
What?
I know. You could gamble online. That's what Katie's dad does.
Okay, we will definitely look into that. That's a good suggestion. Let's not go over to Katie's house anymore.
Wait. Her dad's a Twitch streamer? Now, Agnes feels bad that her parents don't have jobs anymore, so she tries to help out as best she can. I mean, hey, she's only like 4, you know?
Oh, no. Agnes!
So, take good care of them.
Thank you!
Agnes, what are you doing? You sold your unicorn?
Well, I just wanted to help since you don't have a job. I got $2 whole for it.
I would die for you, Agnes. Now, while this is happening, there's this old guy who keeps trying to talk to Gru on his lawn. But then Gru just like Wile E. Coyotes this dude over and over again.
Excuse me.
Sorry, buddy, the sale's over.
Yes, but this will only take
Hey, could you?
Oh, of course. Now, as I was saying,
Goodbye.
You know, this third installment really ramps up the zany, meaningless, time-filling slapstick, like even more than the previous movies. Like, of course, these movies have a lot of that regardless, but this one really piles on the lol, random, yuck kind of antics here. Anyway, so finally, Gru decides to listen to whatever this old guy wants to talk about, and it changes his life forever.
I am inquiring on behalf of your twin brother, Drew. He needs your help.
What? Twin brother?
Twin brother?
Big brother?
Oh, yeah. He would like to fly you to Fredonia to meet him. Your father has recently passed away.
A twin brother? There's 2 Grus out there? Hey, honey, your dream finally came true. Now, as you can probably imagine, Gru's a little surprised to hear that he has a twin brother that his mom literally never mentioned.
Oh, what do you want?
Mom, do I have a twin brother?
Ah! How did you find out? Who told you?
Wait, what? It's true? You never told me I had a brother, and you told me that dad died of disappointment when I was born.
You know, sometimes these movies are just like right at my level, okay?
That was the agreement.
Agreement? What are you talking about?
Shortly after you and your brother were born, your father and I divorced. We each took one son.
Uh-oh, I know where this is going. Strip poker and hot stepmoms. That was a weird kids movie, by the way. Gru and his family decide to take Gru's brother up on his offer and fly all the way to Fredonia, which I assume is right next to, like, Genovia and other fake made-up places like Liechtenstein. yeah, okay, Mr. Globe, whatever you say.
Whoa, what is going on here?
Welcome to the annual Fredonian Cheese Festival. Go!
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Nina can't code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice. So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
I'm on lunch. I gotta make a call.
I'll be in my office.
Just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator. Book sharing app.
A workflow manager that
Tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Trash duty schedule. Since no one seems to care.
just built a performance
I just created
manager.
a goal tracking system.
We built the same thing, didn't we?
Yep.
Can this thing manage?
So, like, Illumination is a French company, right? So, like, I find it interesting to see the whole, like, wacky, silly Europe idea, but from a European point of view, you know? I mean, like, it's easy for me as an American dude to be all like, those weird European people with their healthcare and their non-collapsing society, bunch of dorks, am I right? Something else about this movie, though, is like, Brat just almost completely disappears. Like, they introduce him right at the beginning and give him this very lengthy backstory, but then they just get rid of him for like 2/3 of the movie. But like, his scenes in this movie are so freaking cool. Like, they really had a lot of fun with the whole 80s childhood thing. Like when they make these old 80s toy commercials that are just so perfect.
Now you can be as evil as Balthazar Brat with the Evil Brat action figure, featuring music-activated breakdance mode. Also featuring bubblegum launching shoulder pads.
Or like, there's this part in the movie where Brat is watching episodes of his old TV show, and like Illumination, man, they're so good at the visual gags and like really understanding the assignment visually. The character of Brat is super annoying, okay? Like, trust me, like why? But they really knocked it out of the park with like the aesthetic. Anyway, so Gru gets to finally meet his long-lost twin brother, Drew.
My brother! Drew!
There's so much happening right now. Yeah, so turns out Drew got the hair and the good looks and the infinite money, but that's fine, that's okay, you know, whatever, because Gru has family. Now, as Drew and Gru get to talking, Drew takes him down to this secret lair because, if you can believe this, their dad actually used to be one of the biggest villains of all time.
He was known as the Bald Terror. That's him? Our dad? He was so proud of you, and what a great villain you were. He was? But me? Well, not so much.
You might think this movie seems like it's going to go down the route of, like, Gru thinking that he should be a villain again, especially since the AVL kicked him out for no reason, and now he can continue on the legacy of his dead dad or whatever, but then he comes to realize that being good is better than being bad, or his family is more important than infamy, or some other kind of garbage, right? But nope, that's too much story for this movie. Instead, Drew and Gru just kind of ride in their car for a while. Hey, whoa, that was all probably built in like 900 AD, sirs, okay? They didn't even know how to pave roads like that anymore. So after hanging out in their underwear for a while, as twins do apparently, Gru gets the idea that he could use all of Drew's stuff, which used to belong to their dad, and he can use it to break into Brat's super secret Rubik's Cube layer of villainy and dancercise.
I'm training for the big day. Nobody's gonna stop me. 'Cause I am super sassy, super sassy, super sassy.
What's today's plan, boss?
What's the plan?
The heck even is this movie? Anyway, so after a bunch of wackadoo shenanigans, they break in and steal the Diamondback, which Brat had restolen a little bit earlier in the movie for some reason. But you see, Drew thought that they were doing a villain heist. Because remember, their dad was disappointed in Drew because he's just way too much of a friendly, touchy-feely, huggy, totally not Swedish guy to be a real villain. So this whole stealing the diamond thing was supposed to be his first real big villain heist. But actually, Gru just wanted to get the Diamondback and prove to the new AVL boss that he can totally do things and stuff, you know?
Oh, look, we got the diamond! And we're going to take it to the AVL and get our jobs back!
Oh, that's amazing! And the best part is, you'll never, ever go behind my back ever again. Right, honey bear?
Well, that depends. You gonna do more of that if I do?
Drew. No way! We can't give the diamond back! No, I have to. No, you don't! Yes, I do. Give it! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You kicked me! You lied to me! Hey, I would have told you the truth, but you're too much of a wimp!
Except, however, but this Lucy is not actually Lucy. It was Brat in disguise the whole time. And so he kidnaps the girls and takes them to Hollywood so he can finally destroy it once and for all, which is kind of funny because, like, Hollywood doesn't even really exist anymore. Like, everything's filmed in Georgia now, and Hollywood is mostly just guys trying to sell you, like, the worst mixtape you'll ever hear in your life. But all the same, Gru and Drew have to put aside their differences and work together to stop Brat. So, Drew jumps into the giant Brat robot and shuts it down, which leaves Gru to face off against Brat one-on-one to save the world.
You know what? I got 2 words for you. Dance fight.
Oh, it is unlike Donkey Kong.
You funny dance. And so Gru ends up winning, Brat is captured, the diamond is returned to wherever it came from, and the day is saved. Conjunctive adverb.
What is happening?
It's coming from outside!
Hey, I thought we said no more villainy.
Sorry, brother! Somebody's got to keep the family tradition alive!
And that's where the franchise ended for like 7 years, until Despicable Me 4 came out, and Drew's not even in it! What was the point of all this? Now, like I alluded to earlier, the third movie is very light on story, which is kind of a shame, because there was a lot of potential here. Like, there's these little bits where Lucy's trying to be a good mom to the girls.
Get as many as you want. I don't care.
Yay! Awesome!
What? Well, it's okay to tell them no sometimes too, you know? Moms need to be tough. Right, tough.
And like when they're in Fredonia, there's this part where Margot eats this kid's cheese at the cheese festival, and then crazy plot twist, turns out they're engaged now, which Margot doesn't like, of course, because he's a fat kid and not a hot Latino.
You refuse my son's engagement, Big?
All right, lady, that's it. Nobody curses my daughter. You got that? Because if you mess with Margot, you mess with me, and I promise you do not want to mess with me.
And like this whole kind of plot thread here could have been a lot deeper because you have like the girls who were orphans, but now they have a female role model and it could have really said something. But no, it's just like a kind of one-off thing that doesn't really mean anything. Or like I said, Gru finds out that his dad was actually really proud of him, which is something he never got from his mom.
Our dad? He was so proud of you and what a great villain you were. He was? But me, well, not so much. To Dad, I was just a failure.
So I was thinking that this would probably actually mean something and take the story somewhere. But just when this movie's about to have any semblance of the kind of emotional depth of the first two, it just quickly, abruptly steers right into more Minions nonsense. Like, you can definitely tell that the Minions movie had just come out a couple years ago and made like way too much money because they took out everything that made the first two movies as good as they were and replaced it with a whole lot of this.
Looking for a Mr. Gru.
Look, yeah, there's a lot of that. Now, I know y'all might be thinking that it's kind of silly for me to be like, why doesn't this Despicable Me movie have sufficient emotional character depth? But like, the first movie had a lot of it, and the second one had not as much, but still a fair amount. So like, what happened? It kind of reminds me of like the Wimpy Kid movies, where the first one is like genuinely hilarious and a really good tongue-in-cheek take on middle school. And Roger Rules was pretty good too, but then the third movie, they just didn't even try. But all the same, the fourth movie's out in theaters right now, so I'll get around to it as soon as I can. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.
Welcome back to the Institute for the Institution of Imagination and Inspiration, LLC. Sherry from HR. Bring Cat in the Hat to the boss's office right away.
Wow, okay, a meeting with my boss and my HR representative? How fun!
Cat in the Hat. Every one of your assignments is a disaster.
Nailed it.
We're giving you one last chance, or you lose your stripes.
Without my hat, I'm just a...
You guys, we're here! I'm never gonna fit in here like I did at home. I know this is hard, but this is home now.
Let's see what we can do. It's me! Yeah! I'm the Cat in the Hat!
Danger! Call the cops.
No, wait.
Ooh, yikes. Okay, yeah, that is you.
Let's get it started, all right? With clients today, you have to do more to impress them.
Why, hello.
Look at this mess.
Don't worry. With this go-backer, we can make all the mess that we want. And then we just go back and undo it.
Whoa. That means we can go back to before we moved.
No, it's dangerous. No, I'm gonna get fired.
What?
Help me find the go-backer, and I'll help you go back and undo your move.
Deal. Where are we?
It's a world made up entirely of your memories.
My old school!
Mind-blowing. Wow, that was loud. I'm sorry. I forgot I had a bomb in...
Well, I said I would do it, and by golly, here we are. Despicable Me 4, the global sensation that's earned like $1 bajillion so far. The continuation of the great experiment of how bad can a series of movies get and still make money. They're coming for you fast and furious, watch out! So, if you've been following my Despicable Me videos so far, you've seen how I actually really liked the first one, and the second one was pretty okay too, and then the third one is just kind of does this the whole time.
Looking for a Mr. Gru.
Just me, regretting all my life choices.
But But Despicable Me 4 is out now, and finally I can make a video about it. So come along, kids, let's see what kind of wackadoo shenanigans Gru and friends are getting into this time. So the movie starts out with Gru and his main minion trio, or whatever, showing up at Gru's high school reunion. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. Well, August is about halfway over, which means summer's almost done, which means in just a few months, 2015 will be 10 years ago, so... What better time to get started finally learning that thing you always wanted to learn than right now? Golly gee, I sure wish I could learn how to draw an anime. All of it. Thinking about, I say you could want to mention.
Bathfitter didn't just fix the bathroom. We engineered a revolution. The PermaFit system. Custom built to the millimeter, delivering the ultimate watertight solution. Bathfitter. More than a renovation, a revolution.
Exercise? I thought you said extra fries. Also, apparently Gru graduated in 1985, which means he's almost like 60. Honestly, I had no concept of how old he was, because like this kid's been 7 going on 45 his entire life, you know what I mean? Anyway, so at this reunion party, Gru runs into one of his old classmates named Maxine.
If it isn't Gruser the loser! Well, if it isn't Maxime Lamal, you look magnificent! Yes, I know. What did you think, huh? I was going to look like a bold loser with a dad bod? Oops! Looks like you beat me to it, no?
Hey, wow, it's not my fault I've been locked in like a Dragon Ball Z fight my whole life between me and Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, you know what I'm saying? So as you can see, Maxine here is kind of a jerk. And like, this is precisely one of the main reasons why I've never gone back to a high school reunion ever. I mean, like, my 20-year reunion is coming up in a couple years, which like, I mean... But like, you better believe that I hope to never see any of those people ever again, okay? The last thing I need in my life is going back to Sioux City, Iowa and having everyone be like, oh, hey, wait a minute, aren't you that dude who had his picture up in the girls' bathroom that said, do not give this guy hugs no matter how many times he asks where they are? But anyway, after this, their old principal gets up on stage and it's time to announce some kind of something.
Now we're going to kick off the festivities by announcing the winner of our most coveted award. The Golden Alumni! The winner of this year's Golden Alumni is... my favorite student, Maxime Lamar!
You know, I don't know why it's always like this, but like teachers and parents, they'll be like, oh, that Connor, Chase, Parker, Tanner, he's such a nice young man, my favorite student. And like, are we thinking of the same guy? This dude? The guy who looked at me and said, your face looks like if SpongeBob had a butt. He wasn't very smart, but he could throw out football real good. But turns out Maxine has actually been planning some kind of supervillain something or other this whole time.
Behold, the power of the cockroach!
Well, you kind of seem like a lot right now. And like, maybe this is just me, okay? But like the whole Maxine cockroach thing it's just like the dumbest villain idea. I mean, it's quite literally just Roach Coach from Powerpuff Girls, you know what I'm saying? And like, as cringy and dumb as Brat was in the third movie, his aesthetics were so cool. And like, you could tell they had a lot of fun making this whole like 80s Brat toy thing, right? But like, this? What the heck even, who is this speaking to? But now turns out Gru is actually here because he was waiting around for Maxine to do his little Sailor Moon transformation thing, so he could arrest him on behalf of the AVL.
So, my sad little friend, what do you say about that, huh? Well, I'd say you're under arrest.
But of course, in the end, Maxine gets captured and put in villain jail, and the day is saved. And so Gru goes back home, and we get to meet his cute little family, and turns out there's been a rather important development between movies 3 and 4.
1, 2, 3 girls, 1 wife. Something is missing.
No, I think that's all of us. Yeah. You know what? I keep forgetting. This guy.
Wait a second, Gru and Lucy made a baby? You mean they did the... Now, the big joke of this movie, really the entire point of the whole baby character, honestly, is that he doesn't like Gru very much and makes this very obvious.
Behind that sourpuss, I know you love your dada. Go on, say it. Dada. Dada.
Yes, of course he loves you. He just doesn't show it on his face.
Why does planning an essay feel like you're doing all the work before doing the work? But that's where Grammarly comes in. It's much more than a grammar checker. It's a whole AI writing partner that helps students like me with their writing from beginning to end. Grammarly's AI chat is the best place to start to help me brainstorm, polish my notes into a clear outline. That makes me feel like I can actually conquer this essay. Grammarly Pro can even check to make sure that my content is original by signaling which phrases are statistically more common in AI text, and it tells me why. AI Detector checks to make sure that my content is original, while AI Rewriter shows you which phrases sound like common AI text. They both save me a ton of time and help me feel confident turning my paper in. And when I'm done writing, with tricky research papers, Grammarly can even help you fact check your evidence and support your claims with the fact checker, which saves me so much time and makes me feel less stressed. Grammarly helps you from beginning to end to get good grades. It's a must-have for all students. Get Grammarly today.
Miranda Priestley's here. The hair's not ready. I need the Tresemme A-list collection now. Oh, that's all?
That's all.
She smiled.
Miranda never smiles.
I mean, this movie's dumb. It's not funny at all. So while this is all going on, just like right after they arrest Maxine, the AVL boss guy comes over to Gru's house with some oh-so-surprising plot twist news.
Maxime Lamal has sent you a message from prison.
I break out of prison. I'm coming for my revenge, Gru. But this time, I won't go so easy on you. And I know where you live, so you better sleep with one eye open.
He escaped yesterday.
So what we come to find out is that this Maxim guy, he's been obsessed with hating Gru ever since high school. Because Gru stole his song for the talent show and went out first, so Maxine had to quit and be all embarrassed or whatever. And now holding on to this grudge for the last, 40 years or whatever, Maxine has escaped the prison and is coming for Gru because he knows where he lives. And so Gru and his family have no choice but to go to witness protection so nobody can find them.
Oh no, you're gonna love it. It's called the Safe House, and it's fun, and it's safe, and it's fantastic.
What about all my friends?
You'll make new friends, probably better ones.
Oh.
RG freaking brag about it. Yeah, look at me. I'm in middle school. I have friends.
I'm sorry you can't go with us, Lucky. Take good care of him. Be good, Lucky. Don't forget to practice your tricks.
I would do anything for you, Agnes. But this whole thing kind of makes no sense because everyone already knows where everybody lives. Their houses look like this, right? The Vector's got this giant Adam and Eve product thing going on here, and golly gee whiz, maybe someone lives in that giant Rubik's Cube house over there. Who can say? But anyway, so Gru and everyone moved to a new town called Mayflower.
Look at these lawns, the flowers.
That is cool.
Are we really gonna do this?
And here it is. Your new home.
Hey, wow, it's about the motion of the ocean, okay? Now, while Gru and his family have to move to this town, the AVL guy takes all the minions, except these three for some reason, and relocates them all to the AVL headquarters where he turns some of them into a superhero Avengers team called the Mega Minions. And as we'll see many more examples of in this movie, this whole thing with the Mega Minions, literally has nothing to do with anything. It just goes nowhere and fills time. I don't know why, but in the third movie and really in the fourth movie a lot, they just have to stuff as much Minions garbage in these movies as humanly possible, even if it makes no sense. And the Minions literally have their own movie franchise? So why are you shoving them into this one so much? I mean, Despicable Me 4 is basically just Minions 2.5, really. But whatever, anyway, so like I said, Gru and his family moved to a new town and have to start a brand new life.
What it lacks in comfort, it more than makes up for in functionality. There's even a fully automated lockdown mode. Isn't that fun?
Ooh, full lockdown mode. Yay!
It has a vending machine! I love this place!
Now, just like in the third movie, they go through all this setup with the main villain guy and what he's doing and why he's doing it and whatever, and then he just sits around and does literally nothing for like 2/3 of the movie. I don't know who it is at Illumination who thinks that this makes a good story, but like, why? But all the same, after Gru and his family move to this new town, the movie kind of just turns into like episodes of a TV show where everyone's doing random stuff that has nothing to do with anything. Like the mom starts a new job as a hairdresser and sets this lady's hair on fire, and so she chases her around like the Terminator. Or like Gru wants to be friends with the neighbor dad guy, so he plays tennis against him. But then, psych, turns out it's just more classic Minion slapstick. Oh boy.
What? That doesn't count. And oh, what? You can't just jump. This is ridiculous.
Honestly, the fault is all mine here for expecting anything else. And I mean, like, it's just so weird because they set up a villain, they introduce this new baby, they move to a new town, and then, like, nothing happens for the next 45 minutes of the movie. I mean, like, a lot of stuff happens, but also nothing happens. You get what I'm saying? There is one of these little vignette episode things that I actually thought was pretty good. So when they move to this new town, we see that the daughter of the family next door is being kind of sus, you know what I'm saying? And we come to find out that she actually knows who Gru really is. And then she kind of, like, blackmails him into teaching her how to be a villain.
It is I, Happy Prescott, villainess. Have a seat, Gru.
Okay, why am I here?
Because, like you, I was born to be bad.
So she really wants to be a bad girl, TM, and wants to steal something from Gru's old high school so that they'll have to let her enroll next year as a new supervillain.
And it's where we are going to steal the school mascot.
You want to steal Lenny? Have you ever even seen a honey badger? They literally eat bees. Honey badger don't care.
Wow, what a timely reference. But like I said, they break into the high school and do a bunch of cool villain stuff and steal the honey badger dude guy with the help of Gru's new baby, of course.
Wait! No! What?
And like, as I was watching this movie, I kept thinking about how like this whole part here really should have been like the main A-plot of the movie. Because like you could have extended this premise into something pretty interesting about how Gru and Lucy have this new baby now, right? And that means that Gru really has to give up his old villain ways and he has to be a dad, but he still kind of misses it, okay? But then the neighbor girl's like, you're so cool. And then Gru's like, you know what? I am cool. Just look at how many Polly Pockets I have. And he secretly like teaches her all his villain techniques or whatever.
All right, let's see what I got in here. Come on.
Aha!
Here are 65 AI tools you have to know if you want to make a sale.
Yeah, I'll pass. Monday CRM lets you manage your entire sales cycle with AI capabilities that help your team move faster than ever. Reach out effortlessly to leads and set up automated sequences to stay on top of every follow-up. With AI meeting summaries, next steps, and risk alerts, you'll never miss an opportunity or lose a deal. The best part? Everything is fully customizable, from setting up the perfect workflow with the AI Solution Builder to creating real-time reports that give you full visibility across your organization. The result? A faster, smarter, more connected sales process. Don't stay stuck in the past. Move deals faster with Monday CRM.
Wait, did I just get a personal stylist? Kind of. Because Stitch Fix just sent me this entire box, and I'm kind of like, what? Here's the thing. I love fashion, but I get so overwhelmed when I go to the mall, when I'm trying to figure out what size I am, what looks right. Also, trying to style outfits together is nearly impossible for me. I'm a mother of 2, I'm running around all the time, recording every day, and it just gets so overwhelming. So I decided to try Stitch Fix, and it actually feels like I have a personal stylist who just understands my life. You take a quick style quiz, and they send you full outfits curated for you. I'm talking your style, your body, and your schedule. Okay, wait, let me just show you, because this is honestly where it gets good. This is perfect for when I'm recording because it is super comfortable, but I still feel totally put together. This is like my I have everything to do today outfit. Errands, school drop-offs, meetings, all of it, and I didn't even have to think about it. This is actually something that I never would have picked out on my own, but I truly love it. It's put together and it's just easy. And here's the best part. If you don't love something, you just send it back. Literally, I just threw this on this morning. It was so convenient, so easy, and I feel put together and ready to take on the day. Everybody deserves their own stylist, and I am not gatekeeping mine anymore, so go schedule your first fix today. Hey everybody, welcome back to an all-new episode of Seriously with me, Annie Elise. Let's get into it.
And then while this is going on, the new baby plot thread could have been something about how, like, the girls start feeling inadequate because now Gru has a biological child. And, you know, this could have come, like, full circle as a callback to the first movie about how they're, like, foster kids or whatever. And so the B plot could have been about them dealing with their feelings about, like, do you still love us the same? Are you still our dad? Is this baby more important to you now? And, like, you know, I'm not saying it should have been, like, super deep, but it could have been the sort of, like, family emotional bonding story that we got in the first movie. But they don't do any of this, okay? But instead, we just get this dumb little side story about how they're in witness protection, but Agnes doesn't want to lie about her name because lying is bad.
Now, we have 2 new students today ready to begin their journey to awesomeness. You, tiny girl, step forward and tell us your name.
My name? I can't.
Like, somehow they just could not figure out what to do with literally anyone except Gru in this movie. But all the same, with Gru and Penny stealing the honey badger, now the high school principal knows where Gru and his family are, which means Maxine knows, because, like, remember back at the beginning of the movie when they were, like, best friends, you know? And so the principal goes to Gru's house to get the honey badger back, a la Dr. Octopus, and then right when this is happening, Maxine shows up at Gru's super secret safe house thing.
Say au revoir, Gru. Oh, and don't worry, he will be very happy with his new daddy, right? Look at him. Oh, he loves his new daddy. Junior! No!
And the movie ends with Maxine kidnapping Le Bébé and turning him into a cockroach, but then the power of family snaps him out of it, and Gru and him work together to beat up Maxine.
Bad baby. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, you are going to feel a red up.
And then he, like, falls off the scaffolding, even though we've seen him flying around several times in this movie, but, like, just kidding, he falls all the way down. Whatever, who cares? And so the day is saved, and Gru decides to do one more karaoke talent show thing with Maxine in the prison because, you know, they're like friends now, I guess. And so then, obviously, we have to get Vector from the first movie doing some flossing stuff because that's the kind of movie this is, so if I have to see it, so do you. But, like, having watched all 4 of these movies now, it really is kind of amazing how much better Despicable Me 1 is than literally anything else Illumination has ever done. Like, all their movies make a ton of money, right? So, like, I guess at the end of the day, who cares? But, like, Despicable Me 1 is genuinely a good, heartfelt movie. And then they were just like, you know what? We should definitely never do this again. But hey, guess what? The next Minions movie comes out in a couple years, so guess I gotta start watching those now. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because, like, that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time. Well, a couple weeks ago, I decided I was finally desperate enough to make a video about Despicable Me. You know, I mean, Minions are everywhere at this point, and I just kind of wanted to see where this scourge on humanity came from. At the end of that video, I said I would do the rest of the movies if the video did well. So, Despicable Me Too. The 2013 follow-up to the movie that would ruin your mom's Facebook feed forever. Not a single classroom was safe, I tell you. As soon as your 60-something-year-old Spanish teacher was putting them up like, oh, I just think they're so cute. That was it. We were done as a species. But whatever. Anyway, let's take a walk and check in with Gru and friends. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Raycon. Now, I know you've heard me and everyone else talk about Raycon everyday earbuds, right? Comfortable earbuds, great sound quality, half the price of all the other guys. I know you've heard it like 1,000 times. But the everyday earbuds are even better now? Check this out. Quick charge. Every 10 minutes of charge time gets you about 90 minutes of usage time. And these things last like 32 hours, so you're not going to be charging them very often anyway. Multi-point connectivity. You can pair these with 2 devices at the same time. So you listen to your podcast while you're feeding all the cats, vacuuming the floor, whatever. And then when you're done, you hop on your Nintendo Switch and you're ready to go instantly. Active noise cancellation. They have even better protection from weather, sweat, that kind of thing. True story here. I accidentally left my Raycon earbuds themselves in my pocket when I washed my shorts later that day, right? And I was like, wow, good thing these things don't cost very much anyway. But they still work just fine? Now, obviously, I would not recommend doing this, okay? But I'm just gonna say that you're getting way more out of these guys than you would get from ones that cost like 2 or 3 times the money. So, if you're looking for high quality, very affordable earbuds, or even if you already have a pair of the original everyday earbuds, you gotta try the new ones out. Click my link down below or just go to buyraycon.com/Myers and you'll get 15% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. Okay, back to the show. So, the movie starts out with Agnes's birthday party. I assume she's turning like 3.5 or something.
This is the best party ever!
Oh yeah, also Edith is really into ninjas now. You know how little girls are. Some girls go for Barbies and My Little Pony, and other girls go for Chuck Taylors and ninjas and thirst tweeting over girls who look like this, but then they only date guys who look like if Pete Davidson worked at Olive Garden. And then of course, eventually they move on to Chapel Roan and Girl in Red and still ninjas, because nobody quits ninjas, okay? But anyway, so yeah, believe you me, this party is going places.
It sounded like the twinkling sounds of magical fairy dust.
It's a fairy princess! She's coming!
Look!
It's a grown man, but he's dressed like a magic fairy princess with a grumpy face. I tell you though, this would have been peak comedy on Disney Channel back in like 2005. Oh boy. So the magic fairy princess that was supposed to come to the party had to cancel. Thus, Grizinklebell.
It is I, Grizinklebell, the most magical fairy princess of all. I am here to wish Princess X.
I'm sorry, just whoever designed this character deserves did everything good in their life, okay? Agnes is so freaking cute, I would die for you, Agnes.
How come you're so fat?
Because my house is made of candy, and sometimes I eat instead of facing my problems.
Even though I've been in school for 20 years, I still spend way too much time planning my essay, but that's where Grammarly comes in. It's much more than a grammar checker. It's a whole AI writing partner that helps students like me with their writing from beginning to end. Grammarly's AI chat is the best place to start to help me brainstorm, polish my notes into a clear outline. That makes me feel like I can actually conquer this essay. Grammarly Pro can even check to make sure that my content is original by signaling which phrases are statistically more common in AI text, and it tells me why. AI Detector checks to make sure that my content is original, while AI Rewriter shows you which phrases sound like common AI text. They both save me a ton of time and help me feel confident turning my paper in. And when I'm done writing, with tricky research papers, Grammarly can even help you fact check your evidence and support your claims with the fact checker, which saves me so much time and makes me feel less stressed. Grammarly helps you from beginning to end to get good grades. It's a must-have for all students. Get Grammarly today.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock bigger screens and better controls for even sweeter battles. Go play on mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high.
But yeah, so the point of all this, as you can see, is that Gru has basically turned his entire life around. Like back in the first movie, he wanted to be the greatest villain of all time and steal the moon, and he didn't care about nobody, nothing, you know what I mean? But since he adopted Agnes, Margot, and Edith, he's more interested in being the cool, fun dad. And of course, the moms of the neighborhood are definitely taking notice, because I mean, hey, a dad doing the bare minimum? Hot commodity, I tell you what.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Hey there, Gru, Mr. Life of the Party.
Hello, Jillian.
So, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but my friend Natalie is recently single.
Oh no, not an ugly girl. Oh man. I mean, sure, Gru looks like this and has eyebrows like sultry caterpillars and a nose that could mine for diamonds, but an ugly girl? I mean, come on. So the B story of this movie, which gets introduced first for some reason, is that Gru has been single for like forever, you know? And now that he's the cool new single dad in the suburban planned community for disillusioned millennials, this lady's trying to set him up with like literally everyone she knows.
No, Jills, that is not happening. Seriously, I'm fine.
Okay, fine, forget Natalie. How about my cousin Linda?
No.
Oh, I know someone whose husband just died.
I'm sorry, I did not see you there.
Now, Gru is not at all interested in any of this nonsense because, would you believe, he's had some bad experience with girls in the past.
No way! He is so cute.
Hey, Lisa, I was wondering if you...
Ew! Gru touched Lisa! Gru touched Lisa! Ew! Lisa's got Grudies!
And it was that moment something strange awoke inside young Gru, and he realized his true calling in life was to start a podcast. Okay, so after the party, Gru is out front doing whatever he does, and then the movie finally gets started when this oddly attractive woman lady shows up.
Mr. Gru?
Well, I did what, yes?
Hi.
You're gonna have to come with me.
Oh, sorry, I freeze!
Lipstick taser!
So this is Lucy, and she works for some organization called the AVL, the Anti-Villain League. And her mission at the moment is to kidnap Gru for some reason, which she does very elegantly. And then she drives all around town with Gru in the trunk with the finesse of how I drive when Kelsey and I play Fortnite. You know, Kelsey's like... Alex, quick, hop in the car, you drive, I shoot, no time to explain. And of course, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just kind of like...
Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus stole my car.
We hired a big media agency last year to handle all of our meta ads. I spent well over 6 figures on their fee, and it didn't work out. And obviously, my first instinct was Upwork to find us a freelancer before, because I have been working with Upwork for literally 6 years. If you're not familiar, Upwork is a platform where you can hire freelancers all over the world for a range of different things, from marketing to operations to creative work, all without committing to a full-time hire. There are over 125 categories, 10,000 advanced skill sets, so you're not just hiring a marketer, you're hiring someone who does exactly what you need. And then what I really like is being able to see real work history, reviews, and past results before making your hire. I literally just found a media buyer about 2 months ago. He's been working with us, and it has been seamless. And for me, it was a reminder, even 6 years into running this business, that scaling is not always about spending more money or doing something that feels flashy and big. It's just about making the right hires, and you can do that with Upwork. Anyway, so long story short, Lucy takes Gru to the AVL headquarters, and we finally get to learn what's really going on here.
I apologize for our methods in getting you here.
I don't know who you people think you are, but...
We are the Anti-Villain League. I am the league's director, Silas Ramsbottom.
Yeah, so glad we got more minions, am I right? Yuck, I just stepped in a big pile of Monday. So the story goes that someone stole an Arctic research lab, and with it they took this special mutagen serum that turns things evil and purple and stuff. And who knows what they're gonna do with that. But remember, Gru's a father now, and he doesn't have time for any of these save the world shenanigans. Okay, he's gotta catch up on all the new episodes of Sophia the First, thank you very much.
I see where this is going with all the Mission Impossible stuff, but no. I'm a father now. and a legitimate businessman. I am developing a line of delicious jams and jellies.
Jams and jellies.
Oh, attitude.
So he goes home and that's that. Movie's over. However, his assistant guy is not really feeling creatively, emotionally fulfilled anymore after pivoting from world domination to jam making. I'm sorry, I just don't feel that spark anymore. Maybe we were always meant to just be friends.
I miss being evil. Sinister plots, large-scale crimes. It's what I live for. I mean, don't you think there's more to our future than jelly? The thing is, Gru, I've had an offer of employment elsewhere.
Yeah, this dude's doing that thing that YouTubers do, you know, where like they build a career doing literally anything, and then one day they're like, well, this is boring now. Guess it's about time I start making the worst music anyone's ever heard. So he quits and leaves, and this gets Gru thinking about his own career a little bit, and he decides to go along with the AVL. You know, just one last ride, save the world, do the spy stuff, put on sunglasses just so you can take them off again and be like, looks like justice is back on the menu. Okay, so Gru and Lucy set up this fake baked goods store at the mall because the AVL knows that someone who works in this mall has the serum. How do they know this? Doesn't matter. Who cares? Now, one of these suspected mall people is this guy.
Buenos dias, my friends. I am Eduardo Perez, owner of Salsa y Salsa restaurant across the mall. Now, open for breakfast. And you are?
Gru, and this is Lucy, and we are closed.
This is just gonna take a momento.
You know, this dude looks like if Big Ed and Bob the Tomato made sweet, passionate love like they do in my long-running fanfic series, 90 Days in the Produce Aisle. Big Ed's Big Ed twitched in excitement, the mayonnaise coagulating in his hair. He knew what was coming. Their eyes met, right by the acorn squash. It was always the acorn squash. Are you blushing already, or are you just ripe for the picking? Big Ed's voice was quick, his breath short. Bob the Tomato reached up to caress Ed's cheek, his lack of hands suddenly very apparent. I've been waiting for you deep in the sun-dried recesses of my heart, Ed, Bob whispered, hoping Larry the Cucumber wasn't listening. Forgive me, Larry, he thought to himself, but I must be true to my heart. What do you want, Bob? Ed boomed from above. You know what I want, Ed. Bob shied away, his eyeballs clipping through the geometry of his face like they do sometimes. Say it, please, Ed. Hit me with a brick, and so forth. Now, right after meeting this guy, Gru starts to think that he knows him from somewhere, and turns out he looks exactly like this old supervillain guy from like 20 years ago, El Macho. Except, El Macho's supposed to be dead.
He died in the most macho way possible, riding a shark with 250 pounds of dynamite strapped to his chest. All that was ever retrieved was a pile of singed chest hair.
Staying late again?
Yep, got prospect calls to summarize.
You really need to switch to Monday CRM. Your old CRM is holding you back.
My CRM is not old, it's vintage. Do you want to see my sales? Just a minute, it's loading.
Well, Monday CRM's AI features automatically summarize my calls, suggest next steps, updates the customer journey, and everything happens instantly.
In just a few seconds, you'll see my reports, and oh boy, are you gonna feel stupid, because my CRM can create a report with up to 50,000 leads, so...
How many do you actually have?
3.
Check this out. I just got a hot lead from the AI-generated emails I sent, and the AI sentiment analysis marked it positive. Now, I just click Send Contract, and another deal won.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Don't you work on commission?
Yep.
Why don't you switch to Monday CRM?
Because switching CRMs is a real pain in the... Did you just onboard me to Monday CRM while I was talking?
Yep. Monday CRM's AI creates tailor-made workflows just for you in the blink of an eye. There's really no reason to stay with the old CRM.
Thank you so much!
It's okay, buddy. You're welcome.
You're a CRM god!
No, you know what? Okay, just stop crying.
I just want to do a good job.
You're doing a great job.
Can I stay here for a second?
As long as you need, bud. As long as you need.
Press Pilates to enter a world of new Peloton instructors and low-impact classes, where precision turns small movements into powerful results.
Okay. You know what these movies remind me of is like classic 90s Cartoon Network. You know, stuff like Dexter's Lab or Powerpuff Girls or whatever. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Gru is convinced that this El Macho guy must be the villain they're looking for. So they break into his restaurant and go snooping around.
But hey, maybe you can find something with these X-ray goggles.
We gotta tell Mary Kate and Ashley. But turns out it's not the evil serum at all. It's just his secret salsa recipe. Now, while this is all going on, Gru's kids are also hanging out at the mall because they're kids, and it's 2013, so malls haven't turned into this, like, barren wasteland yet. You know, like in 2024, where it's like, well, the mall's gone, and the school's kicked us out, and if we stand around anywhere longer than, like, 8 seconds, we get in trouble for loitering, so what are we supposed to do?
Hey, there you are. Oh, who's this?
Lucy, these are my girls. Margot, Edith, and Agnes. Girls, Lucy. Lucy, girls.
Hello.
Hi. Are you single?
Yeah, you single? I'm just asking for a friend who looks a lot like me, though, if you're into that.
Are you gonna marry Lucy?
No, she just works with me.
Plus, you love her. You love her. You love her. You really, really love her.
Okay,
and
stop. It is a song of lies.
Anyway, so while the kids are all hanging out at this mall, Margot sees a certain someone who's just about to rock her entire world. Just the coolest 10-year-old you'll ever see. Sup, ladies? Yeah, I run my own Roblox server, and yes, it is Family Guy themed. And of course, they end up talking and going on a date, as 10-year-olds do with them all, apparently.
Oh, you're so funny.
Gross! Look, they're in love.
Oh, no. Do not say that there. No.
And my dream is to one day play video games for a living.
Wow. You're so complicated.
But you know, back in like 2013, this was such a hilariously absurd idea, right? But like in 2024, this is one of the only viable career options left at this point. Well, I was thinking about getting a degree in sociology or something, but now I think I'll just stream on Twitch for a few years and then use that to springboard my OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm either gonna play video games for a living or be one of those YouTubers that makes fun of kids' movies. But now, Gru, being a new dad and all that, like, he knows exactly what's going on in the minds of young boys, all right? And he is not a fan of this whole dating nonsense, I tell you what. Especially considering the fact that this kid is actually the son of this guy, which means that this guy got laid, which is weird, but whatever.
But there has been a new development, and I'm telling you, this is the guy. You need to arrest him immediately, and his deviously charming son. I'm pretty sure that the son is involved, too.
So, skipping ahead a little bit here, one day, Gru comes into his fake job to see that the AVL has arrested this other guy because they found an empty bottle of serum in his shop. So, case closed, problem solved. That was easy.
All right, so what now?
Well, now you're free to go back to your business. Jams and jellies. And it looks like Agent Wild will be transferring to our Australian branch.
Australia?
My name is Julie, and I live in Sheepshead Bay. Last year in 6th grade, something happened to me, so I ended up transferring schools. Well, I used to leave the house sometimes, not as much, but it was also because I feel like I like staying in my room, staying peace and quiet, but sometimes it will get to a point where I didn't want to come out. I was just...
Oh, yeah.
Now, throughout the movie, Gru and Lucy have been getting closer as, quotation mark, friends. Remember she, like, tased him and threw his body in the trunk? Classic meet cute. And they were sneaking into places together, and then one day, Gru does actually go on a date that's set up by the neighbor lady, and it's not going well, so Lucy steps in to help out.
Wait a minute. Are you wearing a wig?
What? I don't think so.
You're a phony. I hate phonies.
Oh.
I'm gonna rip that thing off your head and show everyone what a bald-headed phony you are.
I don't think so, Miss Lady.
And then they just, like, drive her comatose body back home while talking about how dating these days is so wacky, am I right? What was that? I'm sorry, can we do that one more time? So Gru and Lucy have developed a kind of rapport, whatever that means. But her being transferred to Australia is really kind of harsh on the mojo, you know what I'm saying? And Gru's taking this pretty hard because he doesn't really get this far with women very often. Now, at the same time, Lucy is also realizing that she's actually in love with Gru. For what reason? Who can say? But then on her way to Australia, this happens.
Some peanuts or pretzels?
That's a good joke.
I just did a boom boom.
Well, isn't this just the most terrifying thing? This is exactly what it looks like in my dreams when I take a couple too many melatonin gummies. But all the same, Lucy realizes that she can't move to Australia because, gosh darn it, she just has to be with Gru or nothing.
I choose Gru. I choose Gru! Thank you, Gru Stewardess! You're welcome!
What is this movie? You know, okay, I gotta be honest here. I had totally written these movies off the past 14 years they've been coming out. Like, I just assumed they were all these, like, unwatchable minion cringe fests. Your father and I are getting... Okay, this is the only good one that exists. And, like, there is a lot of that, to be fair. But I don't know, it's just, like, maybe it's because I had such low expectations, but these movies are a lot more watchable than I thought they'd be. Kind of like with some other movies I've enjoyed recently, these movies are just so aware of what they want to be, and they just are that the whole time. But okay, so, in the end, just to summarize here, we find out that this guy is actually El Macho. He did in fact steal the serum and he framed the other guy at the mall. And then with the help of Gru's old assistant, who works for him now, he kidnaps a bunch of minions and turns them into purple minions who do evil purple stuff. But then, what do you know? The assistant guy is actually a reverse quadruple agent. He goes back to work for Gru secretly, and they make an antidote, and so Gru, the Gorls, and the other minions all storm El Macho's super secret hideout and turn the bad minions back into annoying minions and save Lucy, who gets kidnapped by El Macho when she's trying to find Gru to confess her love or something. This all happens in the span of like 12 minutes. And then so on and so forth, wham bam, blah blah blah. Gru and Lucy are on a rocket headed for a volcano, and this is where Gru finally gets the courage to ask Lucy out.
Listen, Lucy, we may not get out of this alive. So, I need to ask you a question.
Better make it quick.
If I'd asked you out on a date, what would you have said?
Are you kidding me? Yes!
Okay, yeah, just one more hypothetical question here before we die. If it appeared like maybe I was leading in for a kiss, would you throw open your mouth a little bit or like a lot? Also, theoretically speaking, how many anime figures and or body pillows would be too many? And is that number perhaps more than like 40? And then they jump off the rocket, they go on 147 more dates, and they get married. The end. I still agree with myself for my Despicable Me 1 video because, like, why wouldn't I? I'm always right. But the minions are definitely the worst part of these movies. Like, how are these guys the takeaway from all this? However, as a whole, I actually do enjoy these movies way more than I thought I would. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.
Turn your passion into your profession. Shopify makes it easy to sell online. Whatever you love, make it your business with Shopify.
So like a while ago I made a video about Inside Out, the first one, the good one. And in that video I said this: Inside Out is probably Pixar's last great movie. Turning Red is very good. It's very good, okay? But I just don't think it has that same Pixar magic that like WALL-E, Up, Monsters Inc., or Inside Out have. Actually, Coco might be up there too. I don't remember. I have to watch it again. But crazy plot twist. Turns out I don't think I ever actually saw Coco. Like, I think in my head I was confusing it with like Luca and Encanto or something. But anyway, so Coco came out in 2017 and was yet another home run for Pixar. Critics loved it, audiences loved it. It was the biggest thing of all time. Now, even though I've done Beetlejuice, and Hotel Transylvania, I wanted one more kind of sort of like Halloween themed video for the year. Now, of course, to be fair, Coco is not Halloween themed. It's about Dia de los Muertos. But that holiday is November 1st, so close enough. So come along, kids, let's take a walk. The movie starts out with some backstory about the family of our main character, Miguel.
Sometimes I think I'm cursed because of something that happened before I was even born. See, a long time ago, there was this family. The papa He was a musician.
Okay, well, there's your first mistake. Okay. The only thing worse than dating a musician is dating a YouTuber, probably. Honey, the algorithm's at it again, I tell you what. Uh-huh, yep, sure it is, honey.
But he also had a dream to play for the world. And one day, he left with his guitar and never returned.
Hey, what do you know? My dad also left to follow his dreams, except his dream was going to 7-Eleven to buy cigarettes. Anyway, so because the dad left, his wife was all by herself to raise her daughter. Hold on. My dude, you left this? Are you stupid? So the wife took care of herself and her daughter by making shoes, and then she taught her daughter how to make shoes, and long story short, now the Rivera family are known as the best shoemakers in town.
You see, that woman was my great-great-grandmother, Mama Imelda. She died way before I was born. But my family still tells her story every year on Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. And her little girl, she's my great-grandmother, Mama Coco.
You know, there's a good handful of kids I went to high school with who got like really into drinking, and then they really got into drinking in college, and now here we all are in our mid-30s, and they kind of look a lot like this. Anyway, so this is Mama Coco, Miguel's great-grandmother, but she has dementia, and she's about 400 years old, so she kind of just sits there while Miguel tells her all kinds of random nonsense.
How are you, Julio?
Actually, my name is Miguel. Mama Coco has trouble remembering things, but it's good to talk to her anyway. So I tell her pretty much everything. I used to run like this, but now I run like this. It's just way faster.
but like really though, you know, like you ever try talking to kids? I got nieces and nephews, you know, and like they're all just the worst storytellers of all time. Literally every conversation is just.
Have you ever had a dream that you want?
But okay, so something else really important to know about this family is that because the great-great-grandfather left to pursue music of all things, the wife he left and all their further descendants have sworn off music forever. No music allowed, no sir, no ma'am. Probably the only Mexican family in history who has ever said this.
No music. No music.
No music! I think we're the only family in Mexico who hates music. And my family's fine with that. But me?
Be back by lunch, mijo.
Love you, Mama.
Wait. Hold on, Miguel. That's your mom? Your dad pulled a Pixar 10 by making shoes? The heck have I been doing this whole time? Anyway, so shocking plot twist. Miguel loves music. Like loves music, okay? He's become obsessed with the music and stardom of this guy, Ernesto de la Cruz, a.k.a.
El Mentón.
Grammarly. When you're writing a research paper and need to make sure your claims and citations are solid, Grammarly can help. Fact Checker flags statements that may not be fully supported and surfaces reliable sources for verification. Citation Finder can identify where citations are needed, find sources that support your content, and formats them correctly. It's a great way to boost your assignment quality while avoiding losing points due to missing citations. Grammarly, your writing. Stronger, clearer, more you. Try Grammarly today.
What makes a daddy? Maybe it's just being the very best at what you do. And GoDaddy is the daddy of domains.
Ernesto de la Cruz, the greatest musician of all time.
No, but like seriously though, this dude's butt chin is more cheeked up than a thumb from Spy Kids.
He started out a total nobody from Santa Cecilia, like me. He started movies. He had the coolest guitar. He could fly.
I'm sorry, but like, there's just something so funny about this 8-year-old kid in 2017 who's like obsessed with this actor, musician guy from the 1930s. Like, imagine a 10-year-old kid in 2024 just being like really into Don Knotts, you know what I mean? Honey, are you sure you don't want a cell phone? You can watch TikToks all day. Get out of my room, Mom! The Andy Griffith Show's on again. But yeah, so Miguel wants to be a singer, guitar player, dude guy, just like his idol, Ernesto. But remember, his family hates music. I'm sure you can probably see where this movie is going.
Until 1942, when he was crushed by a giant bell. Sometimes I look at De La Cruz and I get this feeling, Like, we're connected somehow.
Wait a minute, your great-great-granddad left to be a musician, and then here's some guy who's from your hometown who went on to become a famous musician? Nah, this is probably just a red herring. You can't fool me, Pixar. So that night is Dia de los Muertos, and there's a big talent show that Miguel really wants to be in. He's even made his own guitar, okay guys? Been practicing Wonderwall for like weeks now. But then his grandma finds out.
That man was Ernesto de la Cruz, the greatest musician of all time.
We've never known anything about this man. But whoever he was, he still abandoned his family.
You want to end up like that man? Forgotten? Left off your family's ofrenda?
I don't care if I'm on some stupid ofrenda.
So in case you don't know, an ofrenda is this big table thing for Dia de los Muertos that they put their ancestors' pictures on so the spirits can like cross over on that night, you know? And they put these like flower petals on the ground to help guide them, which is, but like, you know there's gotta be at least one uncle somewhere who's like, yeah, I know how to get around, okay, I used to live here. But more importantly, you still got my box of Hustler magazines upstairs? But okay, anyway.
No!
Mama!
There. No guitar, no music.
You know, the same kind of thing used to happen to me in school when like teachers would like rip up and throw away like all the little drawings I was doing in class. Well, look how that all turned out, Mrs. Anderson. Now, as you can probably imagine, Miguel's having some feelings about all this and lets his family know what's what.
I don't want to be in this family!
Miguel! Miguel!
Nah, I'm with you, Miguel. One time when I was like 10 and my mom told me to mow the lawn, so I missed like half of Toonami that day. Oh, this is the final straw. I'm moving away forever. Don't even try and stop me. So Miguel runs away and tries to steal Ernesto's guitar that's sitting up in like his mausoleum grave thing because he still really wants to play in that talent show. And besides, he's just following the sage advice of Ernesto himself.
Great-great-grandfather? What am I supposed to do?
Mom spaghetti, but that's when something a little weird happens.
All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry, it's not what it looks like. De la Cruz is my...
That's right, turns out somehow mysterious magic. Miguel's been transported to the land of the dead, the skeleton world. Well, actually, if you think about it, we're already in the skeleton world. Whoa, dude. But now that Miguel is here, we get to see what this world is really like.
Next? Yes, it is I, Frida Kahlo.
Well, shoot. Looks like no one put up your photo, Frida.
Okay, when I said I was Frida just now, that was a lie.
You don't say. Anyway, so just to summarize here, Miguel ends up running into his dead relatives who are really surprised to see him there, if you can imagine that. And they're also having their own problem because Miguel's great-great-grandmother Imelda, this lady, for some reason she can't cross over.
But none of this explains why I couldn't cross over.
Oh.
You took my photo off the ofrenda?
It was an accident.
How do we send it back?
Well,
Now, turns out sending Miguel back is actually pretty simple. All they have to do is just give him their blessing, and he can just go back. Wham, blam, blah, 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 movie's over, right, guys?
I give you my blessing to go home, to put my photo back on the ofrenda, and to never play music again.
What? Mariachi Plaza, here I come.
Yeah, so his family only wants to send him back if he promises to never play music ever again, which obviously he is not very cool with. However, there is one family member of Miguel's that would totally understand his love of music.
His family?
listen to your mama, Imelda.
She's just looking out for
Be
you.
reasonable.
Con permiso, I need to visit the restroom. Be right back.
Here are 435 sales tips for you to make that sale.
Simple, huh? No. Monday CRM lets you manage your entire sales cycle with AI capabilities that help your team move faster than ever. Reach out effortlessly to leads and set up automated sequences to stay on top of every follow-up. With AI meeting summaries, next steps, and risk alerts, you'll never miss an opportunity or lose a deal. The best part? Everything is fully customizable, from setting up the perfect workflow with the AI Solution Builder to creating real-time reports that give you full visibility across your organization. The result? A faster, smarter, more connected sales process. Don't stay stuck in the past. Move deals faster with Monday CRM.
Should we tell him there are no restrooms in the land of the dead?
Now, while this is all going on, also this police station, there's this guy named Hector. Remember this guy? We saw him earlier. He's in trouble because he tried to break through the gate and desperately brute force his way into the world of the living. Which, like, I don't know why, though, because, I mean, have you met living people? I mean, you ever worked a customer service job? Like, you ever just want to John Wick everybody? But whatever. Anyway, Miguel overhears him talking to a policeman about he totally definitely knows Ernesto de la Cruz, okay? So you should, like, do what he says. Kind of in the same way as how, like, in high school, like, I totally knew my Canadian girlfriend wanted to come to prom, but, like, her mom got kidnapped by ninjas, so she's busy again this year, too, okay? But then Miguel's like,
Hey, you really know De La Cruz?
Who wants to? You're alive!
Yeah, I'm alive. And if I want to get back to the land of the living, I need De La Cruz's blessing.
That's weirdly specific.
He's my great-great-grandfather.
He's your what?
and so this sets in motion the rest of the movie where Miguel is tagging along with Hector because Hector maybe sort of kind of knows the guy who spoke to Ernesto once like 6 years ago. And this leads to Miguel going on a bunch of little adventures, and he learns a bunch of stuff about how this world works.
Wait, what happened?
He's been forgotten.
Yep, there's that signature Pixar special sauce where they make the cutest, most colorful movie of all time, and then they just throw in one of these. What a wackadoo, silly skeleton world full of music and dancing and hot babes. And one day, everyone in the world will forget about you, and then when they do, your soul will disappear forever. Anyway, tamales. So long story short, Miguel and Hector enter this world's version of the talent show from earlier, and they end up making friends with this group of people who win the competition and help them to sneak into the party to meet Ernesto.
Music is my language.
Are you all right? You are that boy, the one who came from the land of the living.
Okay, so I don't mean to nitpick here. Who am I kidding? I totally do. But like, why is he rushing to save Miguel if they think he's a skeleton like them? You know, like we've seen these people doing this kind of stuff. So like, is falling in water just like one step too far?
What about me?
You are all anyone has been talking about. Why have you come here?
I'm Miguel. Your great-great-grandson.
I have a great-great-grandson?
I mean, you're like a famous musician actor, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure you got at least 4,000 of these running around. Like, you kidding me right now? This dude's probably like the Nick Cannon of his generation. Anyway, so Ernesto wants to hang out with Miguel a bit more, but throughout the movie, we've seen how Miguel is like slowly shifting into a skeleton, and I guess we're just supposed to assume that when the sun rises the next day, he'll be dead like permanently.
I am sorry to see you go, Miguel. I hope you die very soon.
But that's when Hector shows up and we finally learn what's really going on here.
You're being forgotten.
And whose fault is that?
Hector, please.
Those were my songs you took.
What?
If I'm being forgotten, it's because you never told anyone that I wrote them.
Hector, I never meant to take credit. We made a great team, but you died.
That's right, everybody. Turns out Hector and Ernesto used to be best friends, and Hector wrote all their most famous songs. But Ernesto got jealous or whatever and poisoned Hector, taking all of his songs and all the credit with him.
Miguel, I would hate to have you think
That you murdered Hector for his songs? Papa Ernesto, my blessing?
Security?
See, Miguel, it's like I always say, never meet your heroes, okay? Especially don't meet your favorite YouTubers, because like you will never meet anyone more mentally stunted than an online content creator. But so Hector and Miguel both end up in this prison pit thing, and that's when the truth finally comes out about everything.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock rewards with Google Play points. So the more you play, the more you earn. Go play on mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
You guys, I love having a personal stylist that curates outfits based off of the things that I need to do in a day. Like being a mom and having to take my kids to school, going to the gym, doing date night with my hubby. And y'all, now it's spring and I need a closet refresh. This is so good. Do you guys see this? And y'all, my Stitch Fix stylist has saved me hours from shopping in the store. I mean, because who really has the time? Because I don't. So if you're struggling with the same thing, all you have to do is sign up, take the style quiz, and get started.
She's forgetting me.
Who?
My daughter. I wish I could apologize. I wish I could tell her that her papa was trying to come home. My Coco.
Wait a minute, Coco is the name of Miguel's great-grandmother, and there's literally no possible way that any two people could ever have the same names. That means Hector is actually Miguel's great-great-grandfather in the picture.
Where did you get this?
That's my mama Coco. That's my mama Imelda. Is that you?
And so this brings us to the end of the movie, where the rest of the family finally catches up to Miguel and breaks them out of the prison, and then they have to fight their way to Ernesto to get the picture of Hector that he has, because remember, the family totally shunned Hector and removed every picture of him, so they have nothing left to put on the ofrenda. Now, of course, this brings Hector and Imelda back together, who somehow have not spoken much in 80 years, I guess.
Have to find De La Cruz.
Yes? Don't I know you?
That's for murdering the love of my life.
Who the? She's talking about me. I'm the love of your life.
I don't know. I'm still angry at you.
Hey, honey, she says the same stuff you do all the time. But now this brings us to the last little wrinkle in the story, which is, as we saw earlier, if you're completely forgotten, your soul disappears forever, right? And the only person alive who remembers Hector is Coco, but Coco has late-stage dementia, so she still thinks it's 1957 or something. Hey there, Mama Coco, how you doing today? If you want a job, just march right in there, give them a firm handshake, and don't take no for an answer. Uh-huh, that's nice, Mama Coco. Here, it's time for your favorite breakfast, applesauce and medicine. What do you mean I can't drink and drive anymore? I thought this was America. So Miguel needs to get the picture of Hector and get back to the living world as soon as he can to put it on the ofrenda, or else Hector's gonna cease to exist. But the picture ends up getting lost, and so Miguel's only option is to hurry back to the other world and try to get his great-grandmother to remember Hector just a little bit longer.
Mama Coco, can you hear me? It's Miguel.
Oh, Miguel, have you heard of this thing called the internet? It's crazy.
Remember, Papa? Please.
Did you know that Shrek and Danny Phantom make out sometimes? It's true, I saw it on DeviantArt.
If you forget him, he'll be gone. Forever. Here, this was his guitar, right? He used to play it to you?
Hey, Miguel, do you know what it means when someone tells me to throw it back for a real one? But just when it looks like nothing's gonna work, Miguel has to defy his family one last time and play music. And so he plays Ernesto's most famous song, which was actually the song that Hector wrote for Coco all those years ago.
Mama, wait.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry.
Man, this movie. Pixar was just on their A game here, you know? They used to be so good at this, where the movie's really cute and fun, but it's also super dark and mature. And this one's about death, but more so it's about being forgotten before being forgiven. And Hector is being forgotten because Coco has dementia, which is super dark, especially for a kid's movie. But yeah, so in the end, Coco remembers her dad, and turns out that she has the ripped piece of the original photo. So they put it back together and put it on the ofrenda, which allows Hector to cross over to the land of the living forever, along with Coco, who passes soon after this. And that's more or less the end of the movie. So this one is definitely up there in S-tier Pixar movies, right? One thing I really appreciate about this movie is how the way all the pieces of the story fall into place, it feels really organic and logical. The way Hector is introduced, for example. At first he's just part of this visual gag about how the skeleton world is like an airport. And then because Miguel takes the photo with him, he ends up in the police station where Hector is. And just the way they kind of meet and how Hector becomes a main character, I thought it was just really well done. This movie never felt too contrived, to me at least. Not that the story's super highbrow, cerebral masterpiece or whatever, but just the way things flow is very organic. It doesn't feel insulting to the audience, if you know what I mean. I don't know if this movie's the best Pixar movie ever, but it's definitely up there. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time. Well, for some reason I never thought I'd do a Pixar movie on this channel. I don't know why, I just never thought I would. Too mainstream, you know? I only talk about obscure underground indie films like Twilight or High School Musical. But then I started making videos about Despicable Me and just threw all the rules in the trash. Disney and Pixar recently said that they're set on forever making only sequels and prequels now. They're not gonna waste their time on those silly personal autobiographical stories, okay? Because we all know that true art's created in a vacuum, free of all those pesky human experiences and social climates. Hence, Lightyear, Toy Story 5, and now Inside Out 2. Turns out I had completely forgotten that I saw Inside Out when it was in theaters. You see, when I saw it, I was on a date with this girl, right? And it was pretty much like that scene in Twilight New Moon where I basically spent the first 40 minutes of the movie just slowly inching my hand across the armrest, and eventually our fingers just like barely touch, you know, and I was like... So yeah, I kind of forgot that I even saw this movie. But then Kelsey and I watched it again for this video, and you know, I gotta say, Inside Out is probably Pixar's last great movie. No, hold on. I know some of you are gonna do that internet thing, you know, where it's like, I love pancakes. Why do you hate waffles? Turning Red is very good. It's very good, okay? But I just don't think it has that same Pixar magic that like WALL-E, Up, Monsters, Inc., or Inside Out have. Actually, Coco might be up there too. I don't remember. I have to watch it again. Maybe it's just because I've never turned red before. But all the same, now that Inside Out 2 is in theaters, what do you say we go back and check out Inside Out, the first? Come along, kids. Let's take a walk.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder, what is going on inside their head?
I mean, honestly, I think most people are pretty simple, you know? Like Kelsey, the inside of her head's like 80% Uber Eats, about 15% Instagram clothing sales, and like 5% thinking about how I could totally probably get away with murder if I wanted to.
And there she was.
Hello. Riley.
Look at you.
Hey, good thing this movie came out in 2015 and not 2024, you know what I'm saying? Or else it would have been like, oh, there she is, our little chlamydia. Anyway, so this is joy, and joy is the happiness emotion inside the head of our main character, Riley. So the movie goes through Riley's growing up phases, and we see her discovering her emotions the way kids do.
Well, I just saved our lives. Yeah, you're welcome.
Riley, if you don't eat your dinner, you're not going to get any dessert.
Eat this!
Right, here comes an airplane.
Oh, airplane. We got an airplane, everybody.
And eventually she gets to 11 years old. Her life is perfect. She plays hockey, she has her best friend, she lives in a 3-bedroom house with a backyard in Minnesota. So the mortgage on this thing is like 4 raspberries and a nickel. Skibbity toilet hasn't been invented yet. She's living in the golden age, I tell you. But then one day, everything changes.
Riley's 11 now.
What could happen?
Okay, not what I had in mind.
That's right, her family moves from Minnesota all the way to San Francisco, and Riley is so excited to see her new house. You know, I mean, it's probably got like a giant water slide and made out of cookies or something, right?
We're getting close. I can feel it. Here it is. Here's our new house. And...
Oh, come on, Riley, this house is adorable, and it probably only cost like $8 million. Real wood floors, one of those windows that does the thing. Come on, what'd you expect? This ain't no Full House.
Guys, you're overreacting. Nobody is dying.
A dead mouse!
Great.
I'm gonna be
It's
sick.
the house of the dead. What are we gonna do? We're gonna get rabies. Get off of me!
Hey. All through the drive, Dad talked about how cool our new room is.
No.
I'm starting to envy the dead mouse.
Yeah, okay, well, this room would run you about $6,000 a month to rent it, and you get to live here for free. So maybe let's just roll back the attitude a little bit there, Riley. So with this whole moving thing, Riley's emotions are kind of running all over the place. There's the joy of excitement from being in a new place. There's the fear of being in a new place. There's the disgust of being in a new place. And the anger of realizing that she has another 80 years stuck in this flesh prison. And of course, there's all her sadness when she realizes that there will never again be any more Bionicles movies. And if only she'd taken the time to appreciate what she had in the moment. But of course, she's trying to make the best of it, as 11-year-olds are known to do.
Read the contract.
Anderson makes her move. She's closing in.
Hey! Oh, no, you're
She's
not.
lining up for the shot.
Coming behind you. Watch out.
Yeah!
Hey, man, what's the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
Switch to Monday CRM.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
Hold up. You're thinking about old school CRMs. Monday CRM has AI capabilities that have changed how we do work. And now, my team closes more deals than ever.
Oh, sounds great. Thanks for
Hold on.
sharing.
Hey, I'm not just talking about email composition. I'm talking about meeting summaries, deal prioritization, risk flagging. The real deal, man.
Sounds amazing.
And you can customize it to fit your specific needs. And the automation setup is so easy, and there's sales sequences.
Dude, leave me alone. Ah!
Come on, don't get stuck in the past. Move your deals forward with Monday CRM.
We hired a big media agency last year to handle all of our meta ads. I spent well over 6 figures on their fee, and it didn't work out. And obviously, my first instinct was Upwork to find us a freelancer before, because I have been working with Upwork for literally 6 years. If you're not familiar, Upwork is a platform where you can...
Come on, Grandma. Huh. Grandma. Uh-oh, she put her hair up. We're in for it.
Wow, honey, tying your hair back. It's not even my birthday. Now, as if moving to a whole new city wasn't bad enough, their moving van has been drastically delayed, so they basically have none of their stuff at all. Riley has to sleep on a sleeping bag on the floor, and just in general, things are not going well.
Sorry, hold on. Hello?
Wait.
You're kidding. The investor's supposed to show up on Thursday, not today.
It's okay. What are you doing? Just give me 1 second. You know what I realized? Riley hasn't had lunch, remember?
You know, just a quick aside here, but like, whoever was in charge of animating Joy just did the most amazing job. Like, it's such a perfect, like, Animaniacs kind of energy. And like, what are these legs doing? How do you even make them do this? I mean, of course, everything is well animated because, like, it's Pixar, but especially Joy and Sadness. Like, they just really swung for the fences here.
Oh, remember the funny movie where the dog dies? More like when the rain runs down our back and makes our shoes soggy. Everything just starts feeling droopy.
Hey, easy.
Crying helps me slow down and obsess over the weight of life's problems.
This movie's getting a little too real, but all the same, things are a little rough, and Riley's emotions are all over the place, but hey, at least the family has each other, or something. Barf.
Yeah, we could cry until we can't breathe.
I should lock the door and scream that curse word we know. It's a good one.
Now, hold on. Look, we all have our off days, you know. Hi, honey.
The mom bad news train is pulling in.
It's more like the MILF train, am I right? Pixar mom strikes again. Whew, these people never miss.
Now they're saying it won't be here till Tuesday. Can you believe it?
Toot, toot, toot.
Where's Dad? On the phone. This new venture is keeping him pretty busy.
I rest my case.
Your dad's a little stressed. You know, about getting his new company up and running.
No. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. This dude moved his whole family to San Francisco with no job in place? You just moved here trying to set up a company? Are you stupid? Hey, sorry guys. I know things are a little tough for you, but it's always been my dream to set up my own logistics firm.
I guess all I really want to say is thank you.
Huh?
You know, through all this confusion, you've stayed, well, you've stayed our happy girl. Your dad's under a lot of pressure, but if you and I can keep smiling, it would be a big help.
Now, this scene will become very important later, so just keep it in the back of your head. Anyway, so we skip ahead to Riley's first day at her new school, which is always a very exciting but very scary time. You know how it is.
Okay, we got a group of cool girls at 2 o'clock.
How do you know?
Double ears pierced, infinity scarf.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Almost finished with the potential disasters. Worst scenario is either quicksand, spontaneous combustion, or getting called on by the teacher.
Hey, everybody. We have a new student in class today.
Are you kidding me? Out of the gate?
So, Riley has to introduce herself to everyone, and while she's doing this, for some reason, Sadness can't help herself, and she keeps touching all the memories inside Riley's head, and makes her cry in front of the whole class.
Did you see that look?
Oh, no.
They're judging us.
But everything's different now. Since we moved.
Oh no. We're crying at school!
What? Sadness, what are you doing?
Do you ever think about how kind of insane school is? Like, you're with all these kids for like 8 hours a day, right? And like, no crying, no farting, don't say or do anything that goes against the social rules, which are always changing every day and no one tells you. Now, like I said, Sadness keeps trying to touch all the memories for whatever reason, and Joy is trying to stop her. But one thing leads to another, and what do you know? They both get sucked out of the whatever this place is and thrown outside with no way back.
I'm Haley Kyoko, and I'm the writer and director of Girls Like Girls.
10 years ago, we saw ourselves in each other.
You're like really pretty. It started with one summer. Promise you'll message me tonight? Promise. 2 people. Come on, come on, come on! And a connection we all shared. Feels like I've known you forever. Let's do it again. But this time, in theaters. It's called romance.
We went back to the drawing board and we said, what does the consumer care about and how close are we today to delivering what's going to be important to the next generation? And it has been a really exciting work stream to get to look at the total design from the formula to the package design to the messaging and really listen to the consumer insights.
Thank you, Riley. I know it can be tough moving to a new place, but we're happy to have you here.
And so now Riley is just left with fear, disgust, and anger, but no joy or sadness. Now, of course, joy and happiness are important, allegedly, not that I would know. And sadness is a way to focus and expel the negative emotions. So Riley's just kind of sitting here stewing in her negativity with no way of actually dealing with it.
I found a junior hockey league right here in San Francisco, and get this, tryouts are tomorrow after school.
Oh yeah, that sounds fantastic.
So, how was the first day of school?
It was fine, I guess. I don't know.
Riley, I do not like this new attitude.
Just shut up!
This family stinks. No one understands me. Now hurry up and take me to Hot Topic, Dad, so I can get more arm warmers. Riley, you think things are bad now, but just wait until you download the PMS update, and then for like 5 days a month, your emotions just turn into... But yeah, so Riley's just like not in a good place right now. And while this is all going on, joy and sadness are trying to get back to Riley's control room and bring her emotional state back to some kind of equilibrium. Because you see, not only does she not have joy or sadness right now, but also Joy has all of Riley's core memories with her, and everything that makes up Riley's entire personality is now missing. So all of her personality islands, or like whatever these are, they're all turned off and starting to crumble.
And each core memory powers a different aspect of Riley's personality. Like Hockey Island. Goofball Island is my personal favorite. Friendship Island is pretty good too. And of course, Family Island is amazing.
Man, life is so blissfully simple when you're 11. Goofball Island, Family Island, Hockey Island. Like now I'm here in my 30s and it's like self-deprecation land. Why is there always more laundry, you stand? What's this weird clicking sound my shoulders do now, Vil? Bionicles. So, Riley doesn't care about hockey anymore. She's pushing away her best friend from back in Minnesota. Her internet search history is just full of weird things like how to date BTS kissing montage, free Robux. Was 9/11 real? How does Ken make baby with BTS? Are dreams just me in an alternate reality, and when I wake up is the other me dreaming of me right now? Funny cat videos. So as Joy and Sadness try to make their way back, they run into a certain someone they haven't seen in a long time.
Wait, I know you.
No, you don't. I look like a lot of people.
No, I do. Bing Bong! Riley's imaginary friend!
What exactly are you supposed to be?
You know, it's unclear. I'm mostly cotton candy, but shape-wise, I'm part cat, part elephant, part dolphin.
So Bing Bong over here is Riley's old imaginary friend, who she hasn't forgotten quite yet, so he just kind of like wanders around everywhere doing, you know, whatever he does.
Part dolphin.
Dolphin?
You gotta remember, when Riley was 3, animals were all the rage. The cow goes moo, the horse goes neigh. That's all people talked about back then.
Yeah.
And so, with the help of Bing Bong, Joy and Sadness make their way through her long-term memory place thing, and they get in all kinds of wackadoo adventures, like going through the Abstract Thoughtatron 5000.
Fragmentation!
All right, do not panic.
We're in the second stage. We're deconstructing. Run!
Doug, why did we come in here?
I told you, it's a shortcut.
Oh no, we're two-dimensional.
You know, this is one of those parts of the movie that just really elevated it for me personally. Like, for just a couple minutes, they completely change how it's animated. They mix like 2D and 3D, and then they go back again. Like, this part must have been so fun to work on. And then at one point, they have to wake up Riley so they can ride on her train of thought. But to do that, they have to awaken her deepest fear.
Games and booze.
Birthday!
Oh, okay. Follow us. Nothing like a good scare to wake you up, right?
Okay, but it's my handwriting.
No, it isn't. That's my hand. I wrote that.
No, but this one's my hand.
So, is anyone else seeing this clown like quadruple cheeked up on a Monday like this? This movie's gonna make me act up. And while they're doing this, slowly, one by one, Riley's personality islands are crumbling into dust because she's so mad and afraid all the time, and eventually she decides to steal her mom's credit card and take a Greyhound bus all the way back to Minnesota. Now, she does this because anger puts the ideal bulb into this, like, spacely sprocket thing or whatever this is, and then this happens.
Honesty Island?
So So because the train doesn't work anymore, Joy tries to ride a recall tube back to the control room, which she could have tried to do at literally any point in this movie, but whatever. Anyway, but that also doesn't work, and short story even shorter, she and Bing Bong end up falling into the dump, where everything goes to be forgotten.
Joy, what are you doing? Will you stop it, please? Don't you get it, Joy? We're stuck down here. We're forgotten.
And this is bad, of course, because if Riley forgets how to feel joy, then she's just gonna be a millennial, and who would ever want that? Yeah, you know, I feel like these days a lot of people are like spending a whole bunch of time digging through their own version of this place. Star Wars is dumb garbage now. It doesn't make me feel happy anymore. Maybe it was always kind of dumb. Nuh-uh, it was really cool when I was 7, okay? And if I don't get that feeling back again soon, I'm gonna make so many YouTube videos. So in the end, Joy finds Bing Bong's old wagon that runs on song power, that he and Riley used to ride around in back in their fugitive outlaw days, you know what I mean? And Joy and Bing Bong use it to get back up out of the dump. But...
Wait, did I just get a personal stylist? Kind of. Because Stitch Fix just sent me this entire box, and I'm kind of like, what? Here's the thing. I love fashion, but I get so overwhelmed when I go to the mall, when I'm trying to figure out what size I am, what looks right. Also, trying to style outfits together is nearly impossible for me. I'm a mother of 2, I'm running around all the time, recording every day, and it just gets so overwhelming. So I decided to try Stitch Fix, and it actually feels like I have a personal stylist who just understands my life. You take a quick style quiz, and they send you full outfits curated for you. I'm talking your style, your body, and your schedule. Okay, wait, let me just show you, because this is honestly where it gets good. This is perfect for when I'm recording because it is super comfortable, but I still feel totally put together. This is like my I have everything to do today outfit. Errands, school drop-offs, meetings, all of it, and I didn't even have to think about it. This is actually something that I never would have picked out on my own, but I truly love it. It's put together and it's just easy. And here's the best part. If you don't love something, you just send it back. Literally, I just threw this on this morning. It was so convenient, so easy, and I feel put together and ready to take on the day. Everybody deserves their own stylist, and I am not gatekeeping mine anymore, so go schedule your first fix today.
Thanks for watching. I'm gonna end the stream here, and I'll be back when I'll be back. See you guys. Yo, bingo bango gang, what the hell? That shit's going out of screen. Oh well. Can you guys see the chat? Yeah, that works. Peace out.